You know what, dog? How about you take the
Oh,
intro, bro? I'll fuck it
okay,
up.
bro. Welcome to the Getaway Podcast.
I'm leaving that in. That's it right there.
Welcome to the Getaway Podcast. I'm Skelly.
I'm Chubbs. Anyway, the
Uh,
arena was the best Elder Scrolls game.
no one played that garbage.
Fucking.
I have that actually. It was free on Steam.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Elder Scrolls. Let me go to my eaves.
Anyway, we
Go to my
were, we
eaves.
were talking about like a rumor about Oblivion being remaked, and we were just talking about Elder Scrolls for a second there.
There's Arena, Daggerfall. I have all the fucking Elder Scrolls. Why the fuck?
Hey, bro, you're a big fan.
Even though the first two were free, bro. I know they were. I got them because it was like free. I was like, me like free stuff.
I mean, like free stuff.
Stuff I'll never play.
Gussie says that Daggerfall is really good.
She plays like a fucking like modded version or something. Who cares what she thinks?
Anyway, today we're talking about fucking Naruto.
Well,
You know,
first of all, we're talking about what we've been up to during the week, motherfucker.
look, bro. Like, I'm a
You
cool
know,
guy.
you know what we've been up to this week, bro? Cuphead.
we play a lot of Cuphead. A lot of. Oh man.
Oh man.
You might.
Okay.
So like, for me, besides like a bit of Metro, like Night Fight, and then fucking my own Killer Frequency videos I've been publishing. It's been Cuphead with you, which I might record later.
You can record it. Hopefully, we actually beat a boss unlike yesterday, bro. That was.
Editing
There's nothing
cut.
more game than knowing we didn't do anything.
I tell you now, I know editing Cuphead's gonna be like
Oh, yeah.
something else because I'm just gonna have to cut so much. Like,
Oh yeah, there's a lot of evil and anger and bad stuff
a lot
that
of
comes
bad
out.
words. Oh man, jelly beans, dude. But yeah, like I think that's really all we've been doing. We watched Batman, didn't we? Wasn't that this week?
Wait, what?
Did we watch like a bit of Batman this week?
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes of Batman.
And a dumbass poem
With all
episode.
the monster episodes we got.
Stupid, dude. That was dumb.
Hey, you're the only one to watch fucking Batman, bro.
I forget some parts. Okay. Anyway, time to get to True Kino.
I still started my Mass Effect playthrough, again.
Oh,
But the Legendary Edition, which is different in some little small aspects. I literally only did like the first world. Like where fucking not Garrus, well, Saren kills Nihilus.
Rip.
Nihilus actually looked way cooler than I remember. To me, like almost like a skeleton makeup thing going with his like design.
Yeah.
Like I did not remember from the OG, and then he just got shot in the back of the head. So rip. I got Ashley, my favorite character.
Ugh.
Maybe I might kill her in 3 this time. I think I stopped it before. I might just shoot her ass. Ugh.
Well, on today's topic, Naruto. Oh man. Kino.
Or, everyone knows Naruto. We're just gonna talk about the shit like people have seen it. If you haven't, well, too bad. Then go piece it together.
We're gonna. Well, I think we should do this. Is that we go from part to part of things we just like, and then we're just gonna go back all the way through. Cause like a lot of the stuff that sucks kind of leads back to older stuff, So I feel like a lot of it you kind of just gotta go like I like this, and then you go ring back around to it,
Yeah.
So that's what we do. We'll start at part 1, which is Kid Naruto stuff.
Whoa, man.
So I think it's a masterpiece. It's truly 10 out of 10. Nothing wrong with it. The anime is Kino. Look, you don't understand. 10 minutes.
Stuff yet, so I'll let you go on.
10 minutes recapping the episode is needed. You may have forgotten. All right, you don't know. All right, serious shit aside. That's like my first like anime ever. Like I fucking love part 1 of Naruto. A lot of great arcs. Fucking Tuning Exam is probably the best in part 1, which is like not a brave answer.
Let's go down, bro.
Not a brave
Okay,
answer.
first of all, one is like, I feel like Naruto was like most people's first anime. I don't think it was my first. I don't remember. I don't remember when I watched it. I remember watching on YouTube fucking the part 1 of 3, and then it's like in a little corner in the screen. I also had like a playlist that person made where like it was like a watch list where it skipped all the filler, so like it was really good for me where I never saw any Naruto filler. And yeah, like I think Naruto actually has like one of the, in terms of like the big three shonen like at the time, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. I think Naruto has like the best like first arc with the Land of Waves.
Yeah.
Like I think the Land of Waves is like a super tight little arc that is better than fucking One Piece's and Bleach's like opening stuff.
Fucking. Oh man, part one. I love that at that point it's like all just like ninja shit. So I remember when you saw like Rock Lee's like taijutsu, it was like that was like what the fuck. You know, someone did like if someone did any type of jutsu, you literally would like lean up in your chair, like oh my
Also
god.
because like up to that point, Sasuke, I kind of see Sasuke as a main character up until like mid Chunin exams, pretty much, or to the Chunin exams, mid Chunin exams, like the arena is like kind of when he stops being like kind of the center. You feel me? Like, so like it's really good with that. Like Sasuke, when you think about it, like, Naruto is like obviously the underdog, you know, titular character of the series, but like up till then, it's Sasuke doing like most of the shit. It's like all about Sasuke, you know. It's oh look at the cool shit he's doing. Oh, he sacrificed himself. Oh, he's like the badass one. You feel me? Like the first like 3 episodes or so of Naruto kind of focus like center around Sasuke, and then like when you get to like Rock Lee, you're like, oh no, this man's not being Sasuke, and fucking. Then he gets his ass kicked, and you're like, "Oh shit, who's this?" Like the training exams did a really good job. Oh,
I'm doing that thing now. I write it in time frames to know, so I like nothing gets past me. But yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but yeah.
it's like a big
Like
thing for us.
I like again like pattern scaling is a problem. I think most shonen, but like at part one, it made more sense to be honest. Like all around it all makes sense. Like it's funny is that like Naruto's pretty low unless you go into like the Nine Tails thing, then he gets higher. But that's only like it's a circumstance. But like again like I love a lot of that. Like again like Rock Lee versus Gaara was a great fight. Like Neji Naruto was like a fun fight too.
Why you
Uh,
just skip over like all the? Why you skip the training exams, bro?
that's like one of my favorite parts. You could
No,
jump
bro.
in, dog. Like
We start earlier, bro. Like we have the whole like I like the whole like entrance exam Kakashi does for them, like where it's like you have to have teamwork. You
you,
know?
you mean
Yeah.
the thing where he beats up kids every fucking time?
Well, he doesn't beat them up. He just fingers one's asshole.
It's funny is that
Just molest one, bro. Relax.
like I don't remember when this flashback comes in. It's maybe shipping, but I still remember 'cause it's in part like it's a memory of part one. Uh, like like in Naruto when they do it right, it's like he's not really too crazy. Like it's like the finger, like he's more like goofing with them, you know. It's more just dodging and stuff. But like in like flashbacks of Kakashi before he gets to Team Seven, he's like kicking kids. He's like choke slaying
Yeah.
them. Like have you seen that flashback episode?
No.
Oh, dude, it's great. Like it's apparently like because of like what happened with him. Like he is just like really strict, and like the third
Yeah.
Hokage and people keep telling him to calm it down.
I mean, they say that in like the beginning. They say like, Team Seven's essentially literally the first team that passes Kakashi's test. Like that's the whole thing is where Iruka Sensei's like, I don't want him to be with Kakashi because no one's ever passed. You know.
But yeah. Oh.
I mean, it's been there from the start, but I still really like it. Like, it emphasizes like it's a little hint, like again, at like Kakashi's character early on of him emphasizing. Oh my god, I can barely speak. Teamwork, and like that one area.
Yeah.
And, of
Like,
course, it's like a reflection
al-
of the past.
also like fucking the Zabuza like fight with the Naruto bridge.
Kino,
That's Kino.
Kino.
I got
Honestly, villains in Part One of Naruto feel way more like sinister to me than ones in like Shippuden. Shippuden, of course, like these unstoppable like forces, but like they don't feel as sinister as like Part Ones did. Maybe it's because it's like grown adults fighting kids and shit, but like they just felt more like sinister to me. It just felt I had a better like feel. Like
yeah.
Pain, I'm like he's cool, but he doesn't have that like malevolence. Even like most of Akatsuki don't really hit me with it, like they did in the first part even. But like, yeah, Zabuza's like the first, you know, I don't want to say major villain, but like, he's the villain of the first mini arc.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good introductory villain, and he's cool as shit. You know, he just has a problem later on with every Naruto
Is
character where
that like the first like? No, I don't think that's the first like other ninja we see. I think we've already seen like probably not, that's probably like the first like main character
yeah,
wise.
what's like first like Kakashi level type ninja that's down on our side.
Yeah, like that's what I was thinking. Like there's probably definitely like a grunt soldier or something we see from like another thing.
Well, you see those like the weak like mercenary ninjas or assassins that they like
Yeah,
Sasuke and handle pretty easily.
yeah. Like I do like in that one because it is leading up to stuff, but like you have Naruto who all around is kind of goofy like he you know he had his only like strength right at the moment is like just power through. Well, Sasuke is just like good, like
Yeah,
he's
like
just
it kind of
good.
like and it points out like one of Naruto's like key traits, which is like the traits of a lot of shonen main characters, which is like not knowing when to stop. Like he doesn't give up, which is like you know an endearing quality that which is why most shonen characters have it. Like Naruto was kind of like the like I feel like Naruto was kind of the most iconic example
Yeah,
almost. Cause like before like Naruto, like older shonen, like you had like Dragon Ball Z, but like Goku was kind of like wasn't really an underdog, like so he never really had to like do that, you know.
see, it's, the thing with Goku though is like again I haven't watched like a lot of Dragon Ball, but from what I've seen and gathered, it's like well, Naruto, right? If he knows he's gonna die, he's like, I'll fight for that sliver of hope. That's like him. Goku is like, oh my god, he may kill me. This is awesome. I get stronger. Like that's what I think Goku is. Like he just
And
thinks
Goku, well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Goku isn't like really that character because he's like not an underdog the way like Naruto was. Like Naruto was kind of like the first classic underdog, at least in like early like shonen. Like
yeah.
I'm sure there's like 90s and 80s ones I fucking never seen that people are gonna be like, oh, you know,
You didn't watch Dragon Slayer 40 or something?
he's like the first big example of that fucking trope to me at least
Yeah.
that I can think of.
But yeah.
'Cause even like Bleach Ichigo was pretty fucking OP. Like to be honest, he's kind of like perfect in
Yeah,
every way.
didn't because like
He
they
was
said
literally made, and he's like one of the few people who like had the chance to be like the Soul King or whatever, which is like extremely rare or whatever.
if I remember this is early on in Bleach. If I remember, it's not like you have to like train to like when you're Super Saiyan and then you have to train to like get like your Bankai. Doesn't Ichigo start out like me like he didn't need to do it, but like he starts out with his Bankai kind of already activated. So when he trains, he has to do like an upper version of it.
No, I don't think his Bankai's like the thin blade.
I feel like
No, he had to train for it because I think it was like the hollow version from whatever like he had to beat or something to get it. I don't think he didn't just have his Bankai. His Bankai was overpowered though.
cause like I swear I feel like I remember they explained that like his because like if I remember what Bankais were, there was like two of them. Like there's the one that you use state, and then you train to like elevate it up to another stance.
Bankai is like their special move.
Yeah, like
Are you talking about like the regular sword where he just takes from Rukia? Like he just gets powers?
I like
He's
again like fucking barely remember Bleach. I'll have to look after this to see if I was wrong. Remember, but like I remember seeing this like the fucking when they go to the Soul Society. Anyway, that's a whole other anime. But like
yeah, but like I mean, Luffy's also a good example of that. But like again, I feel like Naruto's kind of like
yeah, but like
at least in those early days, Naruto's like I think a little bit but more popular than One Piece. Of course,
and
One Piece has kind of shot past it, but
and Sakura is
you know, a female character.
good point.
Kishimoto can't write them. He's admitted himself he can't write them. It's fine.
Really can't write them.
What he didn't tell you is that he can't write any characters in the future.
Hey man, hey, we're
He lost
positive right now.
possibility.
We're positive right now. Calm it down.
I'm sorry, it just comes out of me, bro. It leaks out a little bit like pre-cum.
Yeah, like you know, like it's really funny because you have like because when they first meet Kakashi, he's like, I think it's, I don't know, it's like before, I think it's after the past exam. He really goes, "So what do you guys want to do with your ninja career?" I don't remember what Sakura says because who gives a fuck, right? But like,
doesn't she want to marry Sasuke or some shit, bro?
it's something stupid, bro. Who cares what she thinks? Anyway, the men. You got Naruto who's like, I want to be Hokage, and then Sasuke just goes, I want to kill my brother. You're like, what the fuck?
Okay, he doesn't say brother.
He says revenge,
him
but
or whatever. But he says like, I want to get revenge on him or something. Like, it's like a little bit of a mystery then.
yeah, but like, it's like one kid's like I want to be the president, and the other one's like I want to kill this motherfucker. like Jesus, dude.
That's why he's my goat.
Be like oh like a lot of like just good little moments. Like again, like I just
Again,
love
Zabuza and Haku are like great like villains. Are also the first like where
yeah.
they get like some depth. Like of course later on it kind of happens to every villain, but this is like the first example,
Well,
And
back
honestly, in first one, like part one, like Orochimaru doesn't really have like Orochimaru's kind of like pure evil, and Gaara has some depth, so like it is a lot less like
First thing,
of a
in
thing.
part one, there are villains who who don't have that like I was a human. It's like nah, I'm just like I love doing this shit. Fuck you, I'm gonna kill you. Like there are just villains that do that. Like I don't remember their name, but like the people like Choji, Neji, and Shikamaru and them fight. Like those guys, like they're just like
Sound Ninja 4?
I think so.
Not the
Like
Sound Ninja 4. The Sound Ninja, well, they're the Sound Ninja, but isn't the Sound Ninja 4 the Sasuke retrieval? I can't remember.
I think that is Sasuke Retrieval.
Yeah, the Sound Ninja and the Chunin.
Yeah,
like,
because
the
Shikamaru
fucking
has
death.
it gets his like yeah that's Sasuke Retrieval. But like again like fucking I just love I just love how simplistic it is. Like I like at the time like again seeing a Chidori or a Sengon is like what the fuck.
There's ridiculous, like, there's like super high powered jutsu, but they're not like. Okay, to be example, I just played like this story mode of like this Naruto game we have, and the first level is like the Madara and like Hishigara fight or whoever the fucking Hokage's name is. And it's like a giant kaiju fight, and Madara's like, "This is how all ninja fights should be." And it's like, what? like, no, it's like much better with like this simple, like more like
Like
down to earth, like rock
like
paper scissors type thing.
like when like a Hyuga clan person uses their fucking I actually forgot the original prowess called Bakugan. When they use their like Bakugan, like I remember like when even
I'm
seeing
gonna
like
suck shit again.
or
I'm gonna
seeing
suck shit again.
or seeing Sharingan, it's like whoa, like that's cool. Like it's like 'cause you're not used to it.
Yeah, remember how the Bakugan was better than the Sharingan in every way? They said.
Hey, we're positive, goddammit. We are positive right now. We're talking about what Kishimoto did right.
Yeah, but then he ruins it.
Anyway,
Like
fucking.
again, like you see, like also like they did a good job with like the corporate guy, just like you hating him. Like again, like he crucifies someone, you know. He crucifies like the dad, and like so you're like, damn, this dude fucking sucks. He's a piece of shit. Like that's like the first thing of that. Like Zabuza and Haku. Like Zabuza is like, well, like I think the corporate guy is like you just hate him. I think Zabuza like that earlier arc is like you love to hate him.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of like the perfect type of scumbag with even how he treats Haku, and Haku you like feel bad for. Like it like has a perfect like trio of balance with him. It's just like a really good like tightly written star arc that just shows everyone's little like motivations. Like okay, well Sakura's just there, but like with Naruto, it's where you start to see him get frustrated, his incompetence.
It does also show like Naruto and Sasuke, like actual like part one does a good thing of like actually showing their friendship. Like they have
Yeah,
like
well,
a bit
for
of
the first half
rivalry.
it does.
Yeah. Like I think near the end that's the point though, is like it starts to kind of bell off. Like a good part is a good point where they literally will die for the other one, like Sasuke jumping in the
No,
way for
Sasuke
Naruto.
like sacrificed himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they act like they hate each other and stuff, and like their little training. Then you get to see like Naruto how he doesn't give up no matter what, and how like you kind of see like that earlier. Like he does have leadership qualities where like he inspires these people, like through his ridiculous attitude. So like you can see those early seeds, and then again you see Sasuke when he sacrificed himself for Naruto. So you can see the good in this person. He like swore revenge, but then he's also like, I wanted to kill my brother. That's when like he first like. I think that's when he first actually says it's his brother he wants to kill. If I remember right, when he sacrificed himself, that's when he first says it's my brother. Like he says something about Itachi specifically.
Yeah. So yeah, because when Itachi does appear later on, they already know. So yeah, I think it's around there. Like that would make more sense. But yeah, like going on to like also like you go on to like the shooting exams. Like every part of that is just Kino fights. Besides the little goofy ones, but most of them are like usually just like goated.
It should also be noted we're like thinking about this through nostalgia tinted glasses and not thinking about all the jump cuts and freeze frames and stuff.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you're watching this for some reason and you don't like, you've never seen Naruto, okay? Read the fucking manga. That's
I think
that.
there's also like edited versions. Like, I feel like there's some like cut or edited where like it removes all that, but I
Yeah.
don't know what it's called.
Anyway, so like, be fair. I guess nostalgic thing, but like, uh, like obviously everyone has like Rock Lee versus Gara, but like I also like Hinata versus Neji. Then again, it's Neji like going like beat women, bah bah
Yeah,
bah.
you're jumping again, motherfucker.
But like that's like in the like I'm trying to remember.
That's tuning exams.
That's like yeah, I was talking about the tuning exams.
We're on fucking Land of Waves.
Look, I'm not getting what we want to do here.
You're jumping a lot, dog. I'm thinking we go point to point, like arc to arc of the things we like. You're jumping all around. I like to say we finish off fucking with the Land of Waves, then we hop. What's even after Land of Waves? Is it the tuning exams? It's pretty much tuning exams.
That's
yeah.
see, I
Yeah, no, but we're still in Land of Waves. You're hopping to the end of the tuning exams. You're in the tournament arc.
like,
I'm saying we go piece by piece. So we're not like jumping around the whole story a shit ton. But Land of Waves, like as again, Kino fights. You have Zabuza versus Kakashi, which is really cool. Where you think Zabuza might be dead at first, and then it's like revealed, no, we got fucking scammed. We got grifted. And then you have fucking Sasuke versus Haku, and which is also cool. And then Naruto and Sasuke versus Haku, which is less cool. and Naruto breaking out with Nine Tails, like I think it's the first time you see that. Well, I guess do you see in like, is that the first time you see his like transformation outside of like the first episode with Aruka? I feel like that's the first time the energy comes out because then Sasuke's like, "Oh, you had that inside you this whole time," or something. Like for some reason, Sasuke didn't know. Like the whole village knows the Nine Tails is in Naruto, but Sasuke's like, "What? You had that inside you, Naruto?"
like I don't know if this is retcon, but I do know there was flashbacks where like the elders won't like the other like villagers won't tell the kids. They just simply say stay away from the child. That's all they say.
Well, then maybe that's well. You figure their parents would tell them, but you know what? Fine. But like, I feel like that's like the first time you see that energy in the show, and then he fucks up. He kills Haku irreverently. Well, no, he fucks up Haku, and then Haku dies like Kakashi, because Kakashi loves killing kids.
Also, like when Kakashi and Zabuza do the hand signals, which is funny because like as the show goes on, we just start like not seeing any, almost none, to a certain point. But at that point, I will never forget like that frame of them just both like simultaneously doing it, and I was like, oh shit, oh shit.
Like because of the power scan in Naruto, where like it's like they act like Zabuza and Kakashi are equal, but then I feel like Kakashi is doing way more shit that would wipe out Zabuza in a second. Like I don't think Zabuza would last a second with most people Kakashi fights after that point.
Yeah, like also like, Zabuza is like just cool looking. Like also he's a part of the I always forget their name because like they're only mentioned like I think 3 times, which is I think it's the seven swordsmen of the Mist Village or something.
Seven Swordsmen of the Mist, and like the test is they have to kill everyone, right?
Yeah,
like that was raw, but then they okay, no negative stuff yet.
Yeah. But yeah, like again, like when we get with the moment, it's like, oh, okay, that's raw.
There was also like a good like inverse of like Kakashi's test about teamwork, where like Zabuza, his first antagonist, is like the opposite. He's someone who like rejects like again, he even like pushes Haku away because in his mind there's no such thing. Like you had to kill everyone to be the last one standing. Like it's a good inverse of like their team. Like that's why he's a good first antagonist.
I just realized that's also like our first really look into a rogue ninja because the swordsmen are rogue ninjas.
Yeah, Zabuza is a rogue ninja.
So like obviously later on Sasuke becomes a rogue ninja. So like it kind of helps like the first look into it. Of course, then you have that whole speech and the classic "Your words cut deeper than any knife could."
Yeah, but then he just a badass where he kills that whole crowd of people. So like, come on.
Yeah, like again, he ends there and watch. Honestly, in part 1, they don't like. It's. I mean, there is a bit of like the Naruto talking, but like it's not like at that point it wasn't too much of a meme.
Yeah, but they talked, but then he still killed a bunch of people anyway. Like, Like his redemption was less of a redemption, more like he accepted Haku was his redemption. Like he wasn't like he didn't become a good guy. He literally just realized, oh, I do like my partner. Like like that was like the closest he got.
Yeah.
Like he like did not really become a good guy in any way other than just being like, yeah, you know what, the dude I kill people with isn't so bad.
Yeah, he likes his femboy. Fuck.
His underage fanboy, he groomed.
Yeah.
What?
Fucking but yeah, like again, like that's like, oh man, Kino.
Yeah, it's just a good rap arc. Again, you see how Naruto like inspires people. You get the bridge named after him, and you move on. Like it's a very good starter arc.
Yeah, also like later on the show, like the Naruto bridge like comes up a lot. It's like a very big like hill mark.
So I don't care about that, but
I liked it. It was a cool world building. Sorry, dog.
then,
I think Kishimoto some credit here and there.
And that's I think is like, oh yeah, because Sasuke also gets his Sharingan in the fight with Haku. So
I actually didn't remember. Like I'm real
he
like
gets in the mirror
like
when he's like helping.
another reason why is like you know maybe a little bad, but like fucking when it comes like I remember like Naruto like part one stuff very well when it comes to like Shinigami and after. But in that first part, I'm a little spotty. I literally forgot that's when he got a Sharingan.
That's like the first like view of like Sasuke and Naruto's like power. So you see like Naruto's like Fox, and then you see like Sasuke get the Sharingan, and Sakura's existing. Like, it's so funny. You can literally remove Sakura out of fucking, especially part one, and like nothing would change at all of the story. Nothing at all. Like it would be the exact same. Of course, he tried to make up with that in Shippuden, but
well, I think things would change. Naruto and Sasuke wouldn't get hurt in certain points because they wouldn't be trying to help Sakura.
yeah, that's literally probably it. Like, I guess Sasuke wouldn't break that one dude's arm, like arms, because like he does have to protect Sakura.
But yeah, like, there's definitely other parts here, but like, I don't know, my brain just goes to tuning. So I'm trying.
I feel like he does go to like tuning exams right after that.
Maybe it does. Like, we're probably skipping over it. It's been a fucking long time, bro. And plus, we got other shit cover.
What else do they do? Like, I don't think they do anything else. And it's like, they come back, they think they're hot shit, and, like hot shit now. And then that guard shows up and like, oh, he's like, to Sasuke's like, your eyes are dead like mine. It's like, okay, emo boy. And they do all that. Which, so yeah, we get introduced to these new, like, cast of characters we're gonna meet. Like, we get more like, Kiba of those. We get, the Sand Ninjas. We get Neji and Rock Lee. Which is, like, it broadens the cast to this, like, very cool cast, to be honest. I do like a lot of the kids in part one of Naruto.
Also, like, it's very cool seeing other village, like, ninja. Because, like, it starts going, like, oh, what, like, the Sand Village? What's that like,
Yeah, but then it makes them all seem evil. So there's some kind of racist shit going on here.
To be fair, like, in part one, Sand Village is kind of fucking evil. But yeah, like, you start building up stuff, like, you see Third Hokage pop in, you're like, oh, this is a sweet old man, And, like, now if I remember, I'm trying to remember how it goes. I'm trying to remember how the Shinigami goes. I think it's the forest, then the little like temple, and then it's like the arena.
No, the first test is the writing one where you have to cheat.
Okay.
Then it's Force of Death. Then it's the tournament.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's like the three.
Yeah.
And so like I actually really like the concept of like the written test where like you have to cheat. Like, I like the like little like ninja actual skills. Yeah, like, I feel like the other two are like more bad. But like I really like the concept of the first test of like the whole goal is to cheat and get away with it. Of course, Sakura, they try to give her something where, like, she just knows everything, Like, she doesn't have to cheat. But then it's cool, it's like, seeing how all these other, like, little ninjas cheat, where, like, Kankuro uses, like, his puppet, Garo has, like, a sand dye.
Gar uses his eye, like...
So, yeah, Sasuke, like, copies people's, like, writing with his Sharingan, like... And, of course, Naruto, just being goofy, doesn't know shit. But then again, it's his little resilience, and the fact that he wrote his name down, I think, is what, like, made him pass. Like it is cool too, like where like the teacher of that is like the
I
master of
think
torture, and like he does the
I think
reveal like his fucked up
Shino.
head.
I think Shino writes something in the sand outside. I think that's what Shino does. Shino
I thought you
just
just had a bug, bro.
Shino did some of his bugs. I don't remember what it was, but he did. Well, to be fair, that's his gimmick. His bugs, like.
You just make them watch, bro. Like you just make them watch a test.
But yeah, like a lot of people just cheating, bro. Also, yeah, during that we meet Kabuto, who is very important. Uh,
Is he in the running test? I thought he was until the force of death.
I remember him in the classroom because that's where he was meet some sound ninja. Cause yeah, cause if the sand people were there, then that would also mean the sound people would be there. So yeah, he's in
Well,
there.
yeah, but like I feel like you're not really to his character. It's like he bullied like her. Isn't it, like before, right after, like he's probably in the classroom, but I feel like they.
He either
I don't
appears
know.
in the writing test or right after the writing test.
Yeah, okay, like because he has the ninja cards, or whatever, and I feel like they're like like the sound ninja are like bullying him, right? And then
Yeah.
like Naruto and them come up, and he's like, "Oh, look at my little ninja cards."
Again,
Like,
so it's either he walks in after they finish their test, or he's like there when their test is already going.
he's probably in the test, but I just don't remember when they actually like introduced him as like a character.
Like, cause I know like he's getting he's like if I remember I think he's flexing his cards and Naruto's like cool, and this guy just like does like a little because he has like the the sound on his wrist, and he makes
Yeah.
like Kabuto like start coughing up.
Yeah, like hits him in the head or something, like rings his ears.
Yeah, so
It shows me now with that chain test. They also had like the pre-test thing where like they had to find the right like door, which is kind of like when they run to Rock Lee or whatever, and like they had a little spat. Because remember, like the door, like there's like the one's line to where like it was like a floor up or something,
yep.
and that's kind of where we run to Neji and them. You get introduced to those guys, and like Sasuke kind of gets his ass kicked for like not the first time because Haku kind of did it, but like after he thinks he's the shit, kind of like our opinion thing of Sasuke, where like the Arthur loves getting him a power up and then having him get shit on right afterwards. Like it's kind of like a very much reoccurring thing with Sasuke.
Also, the Rock Lee
But,
fight of Sasuke is very like it's also kind of important because like I guess it really does play into like his like Sasuke's like kind of like how he learns from a battle. Because later on, he literally just copies like a Rock Lee move, and Rock Lee literally goes, "What the fuck?" Like, because
he
like
had to train years to do that.
because Rock Lee trains so hard, and he like because like think about it, Rock Lee like the whole thing is training. So
That's also like
he wants to
a
fight
really good thing in
people.
part one.
Go ahead.
I said that's also like a really good thing in part one, where like has the crushing reality of like Rock Lee is like almost like a tragic character in part one, where like he trains and trains, but then a prodigy can copy his shit after one like fight. Like that's like a good part of like the crushing like reality of Naruto and Paul, and before it gets
Also, it's
tossed.
maybe Kawaki was showing off screen, but from what we gather, it seems like he got hit with it and immediately went, "Oh, I can do this."
I'm pretty sure he copied it with the Sharingan, right? Like,
Yeah, because Kakashi could like does like the whole cop. Yeah, so that would make more sense. Yeah, but like so, but like Rock Lee's whole thing is like he wants to fight strong opponents because he wants to measure up and like also beat Neji.
he wants to prove himself because like he's someone who is hard work and like an area of prodigies. Like Neji is the prodigy right next to him. Of course, they kind of like try to like parallel him with Naruto, which doesn't really fucking work. After like it kind of works for this exam, like, but then like it kind of fades really quick after that, where like it's not a really good parallel.
Well, like another thing is like Rock Lee, like a character like Rock Lee is important for this world because it's like, well, it's like what if you were like you're not really much of a ninja or like you don't really can do ninjutsu, and it's like, well, then you have Rock Lee, like taijutsu, which again is just pretty much hand to hand combat, but like it's a little look into which, well, I almost did you, I almost shit on Kishimoto. It's a look into what taijutsu could be, and you would hope that you'd see more of that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you'd hope, bro. You'd hope.
See, now my memory's no longer fog, and now I'm sprucing up.
And then they kind of have like the force of death.
Yeah, Force Death. Oh, we see.
Like, I really like Orochimaru in that because like he feels so like
Yeah.
the sinister force that like can't really be stopped. It's like he's one of the legendary.
Well, at that moment,
San or whatever.
we're just like, oh, that's just the sound ninja is not knowing who they are yet. Also,
Yeah,
we
they
see
get the real mid fucking
we see-
force of death.
we see Fish Net's bitch hot as fuck. Ooh.
Yeah, remember how she is in Boruto?
Hey.
Yeah, but like, you learn more about Orochimaru. It's like a legendary son, and it's like, what? There's only 3 of them. It's like, it makes him feel like this unstoppable force, which again, I hope isn't ruined later on. But like, you're like, oh man, this guy's like the top of the top. He has interest in Sasuke. Like, it kind of feels like this malevolent force, like they could never hope to beat.
Force of Death was a good name because like that shit was like we cut it close in that arc, like that little bit right there, dude. Like, dude, Sasuke, like Orochimaru, bro, a little creepy with those little boys. Dog, he saw Sasuke, started licking his goddamn lips, dude. Like, a little creep, dude.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't because he got clowned on by someone else.
Also, like, I used to do like the when they make the code, which was Sasuke's like, we need to make a code for like, what if like someone like disguises this?
Yeah,
I don't remember the code. I don't remember what the code was. It's a long ass code, complicated as fuck. Naruto comes out. They go, "What's the code?" And he says it, and immediately attacks. And he goes, "I know my teammate. He's too dumb as fuck."
Yeah,
I'm trying now.
Make it in line with that.
I'm trying now. If we were like both in a situation where we had to come up with code, you'd make a math problem because if I got it right, you'd immediately shoot me, knowing I wouldn't get that shit right. You'd think ahead.
Yeah, again, it's like I say, like Sasuke is kind of like the main character of like early Naruto. Like he's focusing, he's doing all the feats, and Force of Death is kind of like where it starts shifting out of that because again, you have him fighting against Orochimaru, he gets bitten, and then he's scared, and like Naruto like comes saves him. He's
Go
like,
to the line.
"What's up, you baby?" He gets to return the line, He gets to return the line that Sasuke gave him in the Land of Waves. So it's kind of like where Naruto kind of slowly starts like passing Sasuke for like the first times.
Yeah, but like
and then you see this curse mark first pops up at the end. Sasuke fucks up the Soundage dude, breaks both his arms. Kino.
Also, like during that, I think it's during that because of the whole Nine Tails thing, Orochimaru does the seal on him to I think it's taps into like the chakra or something because like later on Jiraiya has to get rid of it, but like. Orochimaru, like, I remember for Orochimaru, he found a good pick. He found the Nine Tails Jinchuriki and, like, Itachi's brother. Like, that was probably, like, a good day for him, He was like, fuck me, it was a good day for picking. And he saw Sakura, and he's like, who gives a fuck? Anyway.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it'd be much cooler if he didn't, have to go to Sasuke because he got shit on.
Yeah. But, like, other than that, most Force Staff is just seeing like all the other teams and stuff, like like little imminents to here and fights and stuff.
And keeping them help out like Sakura and then against the Sounding. So it's like a cool moment where like and Sakura are like these little enemies, but they'll still help each other. Yeah. Also, you get like Sakura's defining moment. She cuts her hair.
Hey, that's her best moment.
Yeah, and that's it. What do you mean, bro? She has the top fight in Naruto.
To like that's honestly her character defining moment. That's not even a meme. Anyway, I think we could jump in.
That's when you get to the fights. It's like the tournaments afterwards, where like Sasuke beats up the dude in the preliminary, then the curse mark's acting up too much, so he gets taken away by Kakashi. And Orochimaru pops up and is like, "Ooh, Kakashi," and then I think he goes away or something. Like he doesn't really do shit. He's just like, "Goodbye."
I'm trying to remember this Kakashi and Sasuke speech. I think that happens after this. That's
Sasuke retrieval.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna save that. Yeah, we're gonna save that for later then. Anyway, back to the shooting exams. A lot of fights. Kiba and Naruto is alright, but like, I mean, you get to see what Kiba can do, but like, that's kind of a goofy fight. Again, Neji and Hinata is great because also it goes on to what like Neji is and then the Hyuga clan.
Yeah, also like this is when they say like the Bakugan is like better than the Sharingan. Like they have a lot of hype behind him. Like Neji seems like he's better than Sasuke and like everyone. Like Neji seems like he's the top pinnacle here.
Also, like I don't remember what fight it was. I think it was probably Hinata and Neji. There's a fight, right? And like someone's getting hurt, and it zooms in on Gaara, and I think it's supposed to be him laughing or something, but like Gaara is like shaking violently. It's just the funniest shit to me. Just like someone's getting hurt, and you just see this motherfucker like kid ass dude like just shaking like a little dog.
Also, in like the Force of Death, we see Gaara kill someone. Like you see like his where he crushes someone like Sandcough or whatever, and like makes it rain blood. Like you see more like how fully fucked up Gaara actually is in the Force of Death before we move to the tournament.
Man, I hope you like seeing Gaara do cool shit. Oh fuck, sorry.
Gaara,
it comes out, dude.
Gaara, Billy Gaara is honestly my favorite by far. Like of Gaara, I don't care about Reform Gaara
because he doesn't do anything. He just
he does. He protects the village and before he gets murdered. Okay.
Okay, well, bro.
It's stated that he essentially lost because he was defending the whole village as he fought those two. Okay.
And he gets power nerfed.
Then he tries to talk Sasuke out of it in the 5 Kage arc, and it doesn't work.
Anyway,
whatever. Speaking of things that everyone Gaara's design and Kid Gaara is so fucking raw with the red messy hair, the eyeliner, the love tattoo. It goes so hard. He has such a cool design in part 1.
What about Ino versus Sakura?
I don't remember what happens in that fight. I don't remember who wins. Doesn't she knock herself out or something?
So here's the thing with that fight has something weird. If you remember, Sakura has this other personality of her. It's her rage. It's the one. It's you're so cool, Sakura. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
All right. I always took it as it was just a shonen joke, but in that fight, if I remember correctly, Ino takes over, and that version of Sakura talks to Ino. So, and it never comes up again about that. So I don't know if that was just them a funny gag, or it's is that literally an actual thing for Sakura? Anyway, I think Ino wins that fight. Oh, wait, no, they knock each other out. Yeah, that's the dumb thing. They knock each other out.
I just remembered them getting knocked out or whatever.
Yeah, they both punch each other at the same time and knock each other out. That fight sucked. Anyway, actually, the only cool thing about the fight was Ino's mind control thing. That's the only cool thing.
I like when Neji's also I feel he's a waste because I feel Ino should be the third fucking Sasuke. Not to be honest, she had a way cooler power. She was hotter. Okay, all growing up,
okay, whoa, bro.
I mean, I'm saying her design is more aesthetically pleasing than Sakura to me.
She's hotter when she's 13.
Okay, relax.
Remember when we were playing the game? This is a little off-canon moment here. Remember we were playing the game, anyway, let's horny pick, and I just picked Young Hinata. That was great. Anyway.
But, I like when Neji's beating the shit out of Hinata and she's coughing up blood and shit. And they get their flashbacks.
Also, you get to see, again, Naruto, because this is younger her, she would just said fuck it, I give up, because Naruto, she's inspired by Naruto, she keeps wanting to fight on, it's just her getting her ass beat out, and Neji keeps going I'm just keep fucking raising.
Yeah, a big theme of the training exams is Neji's natural ability will always beat out hard work or whatever.
Yeah,
natural what you get naturally, however privileges you get will always beat out hard work. And it's a good moment where Naruto's nuh-uh, and beats him up, but then the whole series, kind of ruins that whole scene.
Hey.
I'm just saying, it doesn't work when the dude who has the Demon Fox in him does it.
The whole, for Neji, it's kind of a curse for him, because, Hinata is, the main family. She's, literally, the fucking daughter of the main head. Neji, bloodline-wise, is, kind of like a smaller family.
He's the branch family.
Yeah, he's a branch family. So, and the thing is, he's better. He literally just hands down better than fucking Hinata.
Hinata, in every way.
But the thing is, since he's not the main family, it doesn't matter. So he's forced to train her. And he even has I think is it a crest mark on his head, or just a brand?
Yeah. Well, it's
it is crest mark because it can be used against him.
It's not a brand. I think it's a mark of his status or something.
I know that it can be used against you because
I don't think it's just a mark of something. It's also changed in the anime because it's I can't. It's not the swastika. It's the other way. It's the Tokyo Revenger symbol. I can't think of it.
Yeah, but it's the not bad swastika. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it Hindu or Buddha or something like that?
I can't remember what it's called. It's the Tokyo Revengers, bro. They say it all the time. I can't remember what it's called.
But fucking.
But it's that in the anime. It's not that. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so you have that with him. So he's going through it all. Also he also took one of the scrolls that teach like all the like, Hyuga clan's like secrets. He took one of the scrolls and like learned them, and it was a big deal because Hinata's father like sees him like do some of them, and it's like stuff that even like grown as adults can't even do, and this kid is able to do like all of them. So it's literally like he's like the top of like everything, and he's like,
but sure be useful later on in Naruto.
We can't help ourselves. Kishimoto's gonna watch this and be like, "What the fuck, guys?" Anyway, fucking, and that's only on match one. That's like I think I can only remember that. I think from there we can go to the actual like Coliseum. I think, unless you got anything else you remember. I mean, what do we Rock Lee Gaara?
Well, yeah, Rock Lee Gaara.
Yeah. Oh my god, how the fuck did I almost forget that? That's like.
There's Rock Lee Gaara, there's Naruto versus Neji, and then there's Sasuke versus Gaara, which I think are like the three most important fights that we should cover.
Rock Lee versus Gaara is in the first match, and then you got Coliseum fights, and then you have like the whole big thing of it. But in Rock Lee versus Gaara, like that's great because like again from that point I say like Rock Lee is pretty good, but Gaara is like a monster.
Gaara is literally like it's meant to be portrayed as like a demon in this like
it's part. also great because you see like I've got a demon what the fuck me. I know Tamari's name, but what's the dude with him called? Kankuro? Yeah, Kankuro. Yeah. You see them terrified of Gaara. Like, by the way, they grew up with this dude. That's the like guy. Sibling. Yeah, that's siblings. And they are terrified of Gaara. And they're older than Gaara. Gaara's the youngest. So, that's funny.
I'm not going to say it on the podcast, actually.
What?
I was about to say I relate to Gaara in like a lot of ways in like those terms. Like not to be too edgy, but like I relate.
It's okay, bro. I'll hug you after the podcast. It's fine, bro. We're here for you. Comment. We love you, Skelly.
Do it again. Mark down the time. I said it again.
Oh fuck! God damn it, Skelly.
I also said it earlier at some point, but you missed that one. So.
Oh fuck! Well, good luck on that one. Again. Apparently left upside in this one, but like I thought I got all like I got like the main ones. Apparently there's one earlier on. Oh wells. Look, I'm pretty sure I slip up too. Anyway, where the fuck were we? Oh yeah, Rock Lee Gaara. So at first I'll start like basic with him like throwing punches and stuff, and like he's pretty quick already, and it's like pretty impressive. But also Gaara's not going too serious, you know. I think most of it he hasn't gone serious at that point, and Tamari starts going like he's fast, but like no one beats Gaara. So it's like kind of the leap and saying like both go like our guy could be your guy, and it goes back and forth until like Might Guy finally just goes Lee, you can take off the weights, and it's this funny moment. Yeah. Kakashi's like, really, Might Guy? He's like, yeah, and Tamari goes, look, just because you take off some weights doesn't mean, and they just shatter the fucking ground. And he just becomes speed, and bro just starts tossing Gaara around, where Gaara starts having to get serious. That's a great fight, because like you see Gaara, I think at that point, because like I was like power, Gaara is not really used to like having to actually think like, oh fuck, this guy could probably hit me.
No, his saying literally protects him automatically.
So when he sees like when like Lee's fist just barely misses his head, you see Gaara go, what the fuck? And like it excites because again, Gaara is so fucking like it's so bloodthirsty. Like it excites him a lot.
It's also like good, like a little bit good, like foreshadowing to Sasuke, where like Sasuke like pushes on and like he turns from bloodless to Gaara's like afraid, where like he starts crying in his ball.
Yeah. So like, and they go around and then like what? How many gates? He opens a gate in that fight. Which one is it? Just one? I think he goes to 3, doesn't he?
I do not remember.
I think he opens up gate 3. I don't remember what the gate's called. I don't remember all the gates, to be fair. But, like, I think he opens up gate 3. Because gate 1 is just, like, because, like, I think gate 3, your skin turns to red. I think that's what happens. So, I think it's gate 3. I'll be honest, I'm going to look this up because I'm just curious after this. But if it's gate, I'm going to look this up now. Fuck, I can, cut out the dead air because I'm a master editor. I want to know how many gates does he open? Rock
I don't remember the gates opening the Gaara fight. I just remember when Gaara fucks up his limbs.
How many gates? Opening the first of the 8 gates, Lee launches guard in the air. That's okay. Kind of uses the focus longest on this guard. He uses. So he's one gate. Oh no! What the fuck? Really? Okay, Gara used 5 gates.
What?
Yeah, he's not Gara. Rock Lee uses the five of the gates.
In their first fight?
Yeah, apparently. During exchange and lead battles, Gara ninja from this blah blah. In the fight, Lee opens the 5 of the 8 chakra gates. Limits his ability to use chakra using fermented technique.
Oh yeah, because doesn't that like mean like that's what starts costing? Like they might cost like his chakra or whatever.
Yeah, because I remember
he's sacrificing his future ability to try to prove a point here.
Yeah. Pretty sure I was probably that like that's where like it comes off better. Anyway, but yeah, like because like the way like the 8 gates work, it's like I think it's like the first couple are just like generally a little boost, but like when you change your body changes, that's when you become like the actual kind of beast. And I think at that point, if I remember correctly, I think he's like he'd learned the 5th gate, but like he hadn't like where you're comfortable with it, you know, like he was pushing himself. And I remember like also like Rock Lee going like, Neji, do you see it? And like Neji kind of going like, damn, this little kid can turn into like a little tomato. Like, and then they both break down. It's been a while since I watched the fight. I think Gara breaks Rock Lee's leg and hand, and they're both like fucked up. And there's a point where they're ready to call it, and you see Rock Lee get back up, and they're like, what the fuck? He can still fight? And Mike Guy goes to call it off, and he's like, Lee, I'm proud of you. Even if you lose, I'm still fine with it. And he realized that Rock Lee is unconscious, and in a state of sleep, he still got up to fight.
Yeah.
And in that moment, they go, and the medical ninja lady said that he pushed himself so hard that he may now be able to use Taijutsu all again, and they retcon that in about like a couple episodes. Classic Kishimoto. Anyway, after that, you go to the Coliseum fights. There's Shikamaru versus Tamari. Keeley just gives up. Which is funny, because I think he would have won that. It's even implied he would have, but he was just too lazy.
Yeah, no, he gives up. He's about to like literally win. Like he traps her in his like shadow shit, doesn't he? And he's just like, yeah, whatever.
Shikamaru's cool because like it's like I like powers like that where it's like very much like. I'm not saying like his power is like stupid or weak, you know, but like I still like where it's like it's not like that like just simple I shoot giant laser beam you blow up. It's like I gotta think ahead.
Very much something like he makes a lot of use of it for what it is because of his brain.
Yeah, I love that stuff in like shonens and stuff. As I like Hunter x Hunter a lot too. Is like this like the whole like it's like this thing, but like I can make it like better. But
you need to catch up with Hunter x Hunter. So
I need to. So. Move on to there. There's definitely a lot more Coliseum fights and stuff. But like again, like most of these are like not too important.
Neji versus Naruto. Like we should go to that one.
All right, let's do that. That'll be our final cheating exam. Oh no, we have to. It's
not going to be the ending because then it transitions.
I forget. God, I sometimes I forget like that's all in the same arc because how much happens in cheating exams. But yeah. So Neji versus Naruto. It's fucking just like a whole speech mixed with him beating the shit out of Naruto. So pretty much because of what Neji is, his thing is like either you're born lucky, like you're born important, or you're born like nothing at all. Which is against Naruto, whose whole thing is like you can be the best if you work for it, you know?
If only he didn't have a giant demon fox that makes him OP.
So, and like. In this fight, like
he didn't ask for it. His dad was the 4th fucking Hokage. Third, mark it down.
God damn it. 56. So, like Neji starts shutting off chakra points. You see really all in like how like strong Neji is. The Hyuga clan members start talking about him. Like it goes hard, and like every time Naruto just keeps getting back up, and back up. And, like, honestly, I can't cut the whole speech. Pretty much at the end, Naruto really says that, like, if you want to be free, you don't just give up, you work for it. Like, he goes, I'll become Hokage and I'll change the Hyuga clan. And, like, Neji's like, you're the weakest here? And they fight and Naruto wins. We also get to see a bit of the Nine-Tails energy coming up towards Chakra. Anyway.
He beats him with that raw uppercut, though.
He do get uppercut. He bro got chin hit.
Then, as Gaara and Sasuke's fight, they keep waiting for Sasuke because he's not showing up. And they're like, let's push him back because this is like the world championship. Like, everyone there was actually here for this fight. They're like, we want to see these two motherfuckers fight.
Yeah.
Like, and so, like, we're waiting. Boom. Sasuke and Kakashi show up. Sasuke looks more emo than usual. Him and Gaara fight. And, Sasuke fucks Gaara up to where, like, he reveals the Chidori, and he shoves it through, like, Gaara's sand, and he makes him bleed.
Yeah.
Which, like, gets Gaara to go berserk. And then it's revealed that the Sand Hokage or whatever is Orochimaru. And, like, I think he starts fighting the third Hokage.
Now, I think this is this is when, like, Kakashi and Sasuke are away. I think this is his speech. I'm pretty sure. So it's probably my favorite thing between Kakashi and Sasuke is like when like he has Sasuke types of tree and they're just talking because like
that's not till after.
It's not after.
No, I'm pretty sure that might be after the Chidori Rasengan in the water towers. I feel like it's around there because like that's when Sasuke's like getting super super emo, and he's like, "What do you know about revenge? You're blah blah blah. You don't know anything." And Kakashi's like, "All my friends are already dead." That is definitely Sasuke like retrieval arc area because
that's fair.
Sasuke
is very edgy in that scene. To be fair, yeah. Okay. Anyway, on to Hokage versus Orochimaru.
That would be a great fight if it wasn't tug of war for 20 fucking episodes.
So there's like two things going on. There's Naruto and Sasuke versus like Gaara, and then you have Orochimaru versus the third Hokage.
Gaara's going berserk. He turned to his tailed beast. He's fucking like rummaging around the village in the forest. And then Orochimaru's doing his attack on the Hokage with like everybody trying to defend him. A lot of people are asleep. Shit like that.
I'm going to cover most shit that I think comes up and other cool stuff. Orochimaru does the reanimation jutsu. At least for one form of it, which is cool because that's the first time we see that shit going on.
I really like Orochimaru versus third Hokage. My only problem with that is like for so much of it, it's like the tug of war with the death thing.
Yeah.
But in like 20 episodes, it goes way too fucking long.
You see, the first Hokage and the second Hokage, they talk to the third Hokage, which is kind of a fucked up jutsu when you think about it. And like, first of all,
Orochimaru brings him back to life, and like he's like, "How could you fucking do this? It's abomination!" Like. It also like shows how far like Orochimaru's gone through. I think they show a couple like flashbacks between Orochimaru and the third Hokage, so that that the third Hokage is his teacher, and like Orochimaru was like his favorite. Like Orochimaru was kind of like his like star pupil or whatever. Like the legendary 3 Sannin.
We also the thing is like the third Hokage, he's an old ass man. It's like I think. Until that point, we don't see him do any combat. Like, we don't really see him do almost anything. Like,
he was also retired. He's literally only Hokage because the fourth Hokage died, so like, he came back to be Hokage. So like, he's someone who should be retired and gone. And
then when you see him whip off the cloak and he's in his like battle suit, it's like, what the fuck? And like, again, like the third Hokage versus Orochimaru fight, I think it's our first like big fight. Like we had some good fights. Like this is where like it's plenty of time because they don't like.
This is like two high tier ninjas fighting like high tier. I don't mean like Itachi's out of this. This is like next level of legendary Sannin versus like a Hokage who's like a master of his field.
Yeah, and if you're like Hokage level is I guess like when you go to Boruto that Kage level stuff is kind of like muddy waters. But
even Shippuden is broken. But like here,
like I would say like for what Naruto was
trying to start to be like God of Ninja or something.
What?
Isn't Sarutobi called like the God of Ninja or some shit like that?
Harashima, the first Hokage, is the God of Shinobi.
Sarutobi something of the ninja. I feel like
he's like I think he was the monkey ninja or something because like he has a monkey. He was something. Anyway, like the third Hokage is like pretty like strong, so like it's a good fight. It's again just like straight just taijutsu, the like cool ass ninjutsu. Like it's all around good.
Why is Sarutobi called the God of Shinobi?
What?
Being he was hailed as the God of Shinobi.
Yeah, the first Hokage.
No, him.
The third?
Yeah. Why was Sarutobi called the God of Shinobi? Hiruzen was a natural prodigy as a ninja being hailed as the God of Shinobi.
That shit don't make sense.
His talents were apparent at a young age, earning the special attention of the first Hokage and the envy of Shimura Danzo. During his life, he was regarded as the strongest Hokage, and Konoha has history, and the most powerful of the 5 Kage. What? See, that's how you know Naruto got really broken, because that shit makes no sense in after original Naruto. But yeah, I knew it was him who was called like the God of Shinobi or something.
I know the first Hokage is also called the God of Shinobi. All right, I guess the God of Shinobi is whoever just feels like it. I guess like, okay, okay, whatever. Say keep it positive. Get the Reaper Death Seal, which before we go to Taco Well, it's cool when you see it. It's really cool seal.
Oh, it is cool. It's like, what the fuck? This dude. It also feels like oddly evil for like a good guy to use. You know, like it's like this is kind of a fucked up ass jutsu. Like,
I'm real.
it like traps your soul.
Yeah, like Reaper Death Seal is a very like ooh boy.
Well, I think wasn't he like specifically using it for Orochimaru though?
Yeah,
Like,
it is. It was supposed to. I think it was to lock him out of like using Rain. It was supposed to fuck over Orochimaru.
yeah.
And it's gonna all the good parts. The fucking third Hokage dies, which is a big deal at the point. Skipping over back to Gara and
Yeah,
like,
President assassinated,
yeah,
essentially.
yeah. It's especially during the Chunin exams, which is like for Naruto world, like that's where all the villagers come together.
Yeah, it's like a president got assassinated that the Olympics hosted in his country.
Yeah, like that's a
what the
big
fuck?
deal. uh, I remember bits pieces of Gara versus Sasuke and Naruto, but like
All I remember is Naruto beats him in his backstory. To be honest,
I know that like Naruto headbutts Gara, and like he goes like you're like me, like you know, blah blah, and like okay, and that happens. You get the funeral, people are crying.
I do like Gara's backstory. Also, it should be known that's shown like in between there. Like I think Gara has a really cool backstory.
His dad
That
was an
fits him.
asshole.
And like, well, he's also like kind of like again like a good reflection of Naruto. Except he's like Naruto, but what if I had it even worse? Like, like it's funny because like Naruto again, he's hated for most of his life. Then he eventually does make friends and stuff, you know, blah blah. With fucking Gara, it's like, now what if he didn't even have that, bro? It's like, what if instead of Haruka,
Haruka tried to kill you?
He got another dude who hated him, like. So like it's like Naruto pushed to the extreme, which I really like, to the point where he becomes like a fucking Sasuke like reflection.
Anyway, after this, like it really changes up the game because one, we need a new Hokage. We need like Sasuke and Naruto start going like I gotta get stronger.
Here comes Jiraiya,
and in comes my goat Jiraiya.
Also, when you see like Itachi and Kasami for the first time, again, I feel like Kasami and Itachi in the first part of Naruto feel like the most sinister that Katsu's ever felt. Once again,
okay, now
like, when they show up in the town, like, it's a ding.
Plot starting to come together. Jiraiya and Naruto meet. There are like a lot of goofy points. They're like kind of learning, and like also Jiraiya knows who Naruto is. So like
he's also the three Sanin. It's revealed of like, so Orochimaru, him, and someone else who know at this point were the third Hokage students.
So we're seeing like you know Jiraiya like teach like Naruto some stuff. He removes the seal, obviously. Also like Jiraiya is like trying to find like Tsunade to convince her to take over. And while this is going on, Kakashi, I think Kakashi's the one training Sasuke. Showing how the Sharingan can be used to destroy. Sasuke decides to go all black because it's cooler. And they're both like just training in their own little moments. Sakura is I don't fucking know like. Doing something.
That's right. I think we're gonna have to do Shippuden as another episode.
No. All right. Again. Right now, he's already cut to here. Anyway, yeah. So like, sorry about that. We were discussing how the fuck we're gonna do all of this shit. So much to cover. So I think what we decided to do, we're just gonna go all on what we like, and the next episode is just a whole.
Yeah, this episode is likes of the whole series. Naruto Shippuden. Next episode is gonna be like all our
because we're constantly fighting whether or not do we jump or do we go all the way through, you know? And it's easier we just go to this. Another problem is like also just remembering like all the little plot points leading up to stuff. But, like from
honestly,
here,
like I said, I'm a lot more murky. Akatsuki show up.
Like again, like I feel like I did pretty good from what I remember. It's they both train. The Itachi first appears and talks to Kakashi. I don't remember.
Well, they fuck Kakashi and the other two up.
Yo, they fuck him up bad.
Like that's where you first see Itachi's like genjutsu, where like he crucifies Kakashi,
which is cool.
Then like is impaling him forever and forever and forever. And that's kind of like where you also actually see Sasuke's backstory of Itachi killing everyone.
And like, you know, Jiraiya is like trying to fuck some bitches and stuff, and they're eating and then chilling, and like, you know, Itachi appears, Sasuke runs in, and Itachi does the most fucked up thing you could do to your own brother. He slam chokes him to a wall and puts him in a Genjutsu where he has to relive the death of his family for 24 hours.
And then he wonders why he turns out so bad.
And
he breaks his arm before that, by the way. Like he breaks his arm, he slams him to the wall, and then he does that.
Yup. And Kasumi's like, damn, bro, it's kind of dark.
Yeah, Kasami and Itachi are there for Naruto because the tailed beasts, the Katsuki are like known as this organization, like Rogue Ninja, who are like collecting tailed beasts or something. So like they had an idea that they were going to come for Naruto. At least Jiraiya did, I think. I don't know if all of them knew. I knew at least Jiraiya like had that idea of who they were and what they're here for.
Jiraiya's usually pretty more aware. Kind of don't remember how I.
That's when I think Tsunade comes in around this point. Like I think Jiraiya gets her or whatever to be.
Yeah, I think Itachi and Kasami realize it's too much. Like they have
they have to leave because Jiraiya like gets them in the frog mouth.
Yeah,
and Itachi escapes using the Amaterasu, which is like the first time you see that too.
Yeah, so
raw power.
After that fight, dude, Sasuke is like mentally fucked up after that. Yeah. He's like, he's dwelling a lot in there.
This is also where like Sasuke, where it does good showing like where Sasuke kind of really starts tipping, where like this insecurity of Naruto starts like really growing. Like it started in like the Force of Death,
so
then the Chunin exams, and now it's really ramping up with this. And then when they do like the water tower stuff,
again, like
he sees the back. Where like Naruto Rasengan did way more than Ishidori.
Yeah, Sasuke and Naruto have an argument, and like it's like at this point, like you're pretty much just getting like Sasuke like very like edgy and evil Sasuke starting to appear. And
there's also like around where like Kakashi does that like why.
And so they both like go to strike each other. Sakura's running in to get between them, and Kakashi appears and throws him to the water tower. And for the first moment, Sasuke is like, "Oh, look at that damage! I'm better." Jumps behind it and sees the Rasengan's back half.
Yeah, it's because they're on top of like the hospital roof or whatever. Like after Sasuke's recovering.
Yeah,
and like, yeah, you see how much better Naruto is. That's when I think that's kind of what really final tipping of Sasuke being like, I have to go to Orochimaru to get stronger, or else I'm gonna be stuck, stagnant.
And so like also because I think he's told that Jiraiya is one of the legendary Shaman who he knows Orochimaru is part of. So
it's
like
also good to know, like again, it's a good note that Sasuke was above Naruto in every way until this. Like he's like really feeling weaker, and then like his brother, it was like his whole life is went after Naruto and says he's worthless. Like so he's like a lot of mental shit like going on here. That's like, oh, I'm gonna literally stagnate and not be able to do what I want if I don't leave this village.
Yeah, and then you have both the kids go to their own respective like senses of time. Jiraiya like talks to Naruto, and then Kakashi in Sasuke's tree scene finally happens. Memory sucks. Anyway, it's the whole thing where like Sasuke Kakashi trying to tell Sasuke the revenge is not worth it. It doesn't really bring you anything. And Sasuke goes, "What do you know? Like, what if I killed everyone you loved?" And then Kakashi goes, "That's a pretty good plan. Too bad everyone I love's already dead."
And he does like a smile between his mouth. It's a good moment between Kakashi and Sasuke. I do like Kakashi and like Sasuke's little connection, like especially like now that Naruto like has his own sensei. Kakashi and Sasuke get like a little bit more.
Yeah.
And of course, Tsunade is gonna get Sakura eventually. Well, whatever.
Yeah. Again, some parts will probably skip ahead just because you're not remembering or just not too much to say.
I honestly, with the whole Sasuke Retrieval arc, I don't really remember shit between.
Again,
and the final fight.
From going on from here, we may jump a few key points, or we might have to might jump and then jump back. So just I'm already expecting you to watch most of this. You feel me?
When Sasuke leaves, he's like a Sakura. He's like. He says some shit to her, like, "You're so dumb." I don't remember what he
pussy's
says.
too wet, or I don't fucking know.
What?
He says something to her, bro.
He knocks her out or whatever, and he leaves.
Yeah, and
he says thank you, doesn't he? He's like, "Thank you, Sakura," or something.
Yeah, and Naruto, and she begs Naruto to get Sasuke back.
And so the whole force gets together.
Yeah, and so they all the little teams get together and move out. Then since Orochimaru learns that Sasuke is coming for him and all that shit, Orochimaru's like, I gotta stop these little motherfuckers. He sends what's his name? Is Kishimaru maybe? Spike
something
dude.
Like that.
Bone
Spike
Spike guy.
Forgot to mention, FYI, Kabuto is revealed as a traitor.
Oh yeah, Kabuto is like Orochimaru's fanboy.
Like he was helping us out, then it's revealed, oh nope, I'm on this dude's side.
So we also see that Garo's back. He's reformed. So like a drunken Rock Lee and Gara fight Bone Guy. We had the four sound people that fights Neji, Shikamaru, Choji, and Kiba, and that's a good part for Shikamaru's character because Shikamaru because they win, but like a lot of them almost died, and like it weighs on Shikamaru to know like
they literally think he's dead or something.
yeah, well, because like Choji's like they literally say that Choji might die here, and Shikamaru is breaking down because like it's the team leader, it's like your first like, you get your vest. And
this is also a dude who was like too lazy to do anything to this point, and now he's like realizing, oh, I have to like kind of be serious.
And like he's like wanting to give up, and Shikamaru's dad comes up and goes, "Yeah, if you're willing to give up here, you're a fucking loser. You should." Like it's like Shikamaru's dad's actually a really good guy because his own way he kind of like pushes his son to be better, and so they have like a little good moment, and like obviously Choji doesn't die. It was funny enough. In that fight, they bring up like these pills that never get shown up again. Like these pills that like it's like food pills that like buff Choji in some ways. Weird. I guess the pills do come up here and there, but not for Choji, you know? Hey, weird stuff. Just want to mention.
I'm honestly waiting for you at the Naruto Sasuke fight, to be honest.
I'm just trying to see where I'm trying to remember like a lot. Like
I do think Kiyomaru's a power. Like we don't have to like go out for it because we're doing the shit we like mainly. But like Kiyomaru, I do like his power of the bones.
Yeah.
He's also pretty complex from what I remember. Like, and he's like sick. Like, I think he was a fairly sympathetic villain from what I remember. That I like.
Sound people, Kishimo. I think it's just a waterfall now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go there. So, really good. I like that shot. That's like a really good point to me. Because it's like it's the Madara and the first Hokage
Valley. Before you even know who those two are, like it's a good, very like heavy foreshadowing point because you don't even know who those two characters are at this point.
Yeah,
you don't really. It's like called the Final Valley or something. So like you have a hint, but like yeah, it does very good at foreshadowing like the end of the series essentially.
Yeah. So, you know, and they talk a bit. You know, Naruto begging Sasuke to come back. Sasuke, you know, talking about how he's more powerful, and they just start fighting, and it's a great fight. That fight like keeps evolving. It starts off pretty base, and then like they both like I like the part where they both activate their own like I guess term curses. Like the curse mark on like Sasuke activates, Ninetales activates on Naruto, and like it clashes. I think Sasuke says like let me fight that monster inside of you. I think
there's also one like Sasuke like kind of like you see like the hint of his truth because like in Shippuden he's a lot more I don't care blah blah blah, but in this is like you almost stop me like because you're like my best friend like. It's kind of like where you kind of see like Sasuke was like did see Naruto that way, where like you almost like a Griffith moment, where it's like you almost stopped me from believing my dream.
Yeah, and Sasuke wins and he leaves. Naruto's passed the fuck out.
And instead of killing Naruto there, he like does the cut on his band and he leaves because now he's a rogue ninja. That's where I stopped the series. I know there's more that's important later on after a bunch of filler, but I never watched it.
Pretty much to wrap up the part 1 of Naruto wakes up. He's depressed as fuck. And it kind of breaks. Everyone's broken up about it. And Jiraiya talks to him, like, relating, and find out Naruto sets off with Jiraiya to go train. There's a bit of filler, a bit of Jiraiya training, and pretty much that's where part 1 ends. So, that's part 1 covered. All around, great part. Like, a lot of good moments.
A very like classic nostalgic show where you forgive a lot of its shortcomings because you watched it as a kid.
Yeah.
All around, I think it's definitely where Naruto peaks. Like,
yeah,
it's a lot more consistent in its quality than something like Shippuden, which I see as a lot more peaks and valleys.
Yeah, I think Naruto Part 1 like is like pretty.
It's consistent. Like it's a straight line. Like it's like a straight line that like kind of steadily goes up. Like, it's very like. Good with its quality, like consistent.
I guess we go into Shippuden.
Yeah, so we're still on just stuff we like.
So. We're an hour and 20 minutes in, by the way.
Shippuden, I'm gonna have like less. Like I jumped around a lot in Shippuden. I didn't even do the war arc. So like after 5 Kage, I'm kind of like whatever.
All right, so pretty much, Naruto is a little bit older. He's got a new outfit, and him and Jiraiya are coming back to the village.
And it's been what 4 years?
4 to 3 years.
Well, they're 16 now. They were like 12 in the original series.
All right, so
I think
You
it's
know,
been 4.
they come back. We see some old characters again: Konoharu, Sakura. Blah blah blah. Sakura at that time has already been trained a little bit by Tsunade. And it's just like Naruto like coming back to the village and getting his missions again. Beginning Shippuden's a little foggy for me as well.
What I do like about Shippuden is the first episode. It previews the Sasuke, like the first attempt to get him back. I do like it because like they do it because it's gonna be a while before you see it. But like, I like the preview of being like you see how far he's coming. Like, oh shit, when are we getting to that? Where like he zooms up to Naruto and like he pulls a sword out. He rips apart the nine-tailed fox and is like, who the fuck is Madara? I don't care. Like, it's a very good preview of like Sasuke as like being very much changed, and like we're gonna like work to that point.
Yeah, so let's see. I'm just like again.
The early episode is the Gaara and Akatsuki fight, which I
Well,
like.
well, I feel like in like Naruto Part 1, like we dropped down a little bit, but like it was still constant. And Shippuden respect that shit a lot. All right, 'cause I forget where certain arcs.
We're a lot more foggy with Shippuden, and honestly, my watch of Shippuden, I never completed the series. I just hopped around a lot to episodes and arcs I would like.
Yeah.
Like, I did not watch most of the episodes between Gaara's death and then Sasuke's retrieval.
So I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna say this, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. All right. So like the first thing we have is the Kakashi retraining, and what this was, I don't know if you remember this, but it's the bell thing again.
Yeah, they try to get the bell again. That's after, like, because, well, like, the first episode is, like, they do the Sasuke pre-stuff. Then they have, Naruto come back, and they're like, oh, guess who's here? And then it's revealed to be, like, Kakashi. And, they try to get the bell back.
So like that has some fun, like good moments. They show like a wounded young Sasuke, and like a little bit until they finally just like punch. It's a good funny moment of them showing like, how much they've come along. They're stronger. Anyway, jump ahead is the Sand Village stuff.
That's really like the next. That's not really like. That's really like the next episode, dog.
Yeah.
It's not like jumping ahead. Like, essentially, two Akatsuki members are attacking the Sand Village because the Akatsuki are softer-tailed beasts. It's Deidara and Kakuza. I think it's a really good fight with Gaara. Which changed Gaara, of course, but Gaara's the Hokage, like not the Hokage. What do they call the fuck Kazekage? What do they call the Sand one?
Are you sure it wasn't? No, I guess that was BM. Okay, never mind. I'm wrong. I thought it was Sasuro with Deidara at that point.
No, Deidara is Sasori because then the Sakura fights right after against Sasori.
Yeah,
I forget. I get to assume except because Sasori.
Because that's what I was saying. Because Lady Cho is there, and I know she's a part.
I'll be honest. I didn't watch the Sasori Sakura fight, and it's right after. So like, I
you didn't see the best fight in Naruto?
I do not care about Sakura stuff. I watched this series. I was like, Gaara stuff cool. I was like, when's the Sasuke stuff? I did not watch Naruto anyway, like you're supposed to.
Anyway, I think Sakura's point is just like she can deal with poison. That's her whole thing. So it just shows Tsunade training.
She did train with Tsunade, so she's like super strong now, and she has more healing abilities and stuff. Like
fucking.
But like, first of all, the Gaara and Deidara fight is really good, and like does a good job of showing how far Gaara's come, and that the Akatsuki are still capable. Like they still manage to take Gaara out. They like, I think Deidara loses a limb, but like, it's a good introduction to them and like how powerful they actually are. Even though they kind of like try to be like, oh, but Gaara only lasts to protecting the whole village too. But still, it's a good like, oh, the Akatsuki aren't one to mess with. They're like hunting these people. We need to watch out for them, So like, they get Gaara, they take him to the hideout. He's effectively dead. Good, very good fight.
They rip out the first tailed beast. I don't remember his actual Jinchuriki name. But fucking, and Gaara pretty much is dead. And this leads to, again, jumping around a little bit. This leads to the sorcery. His name is hard to me. The red hair puppet guy fight with Sakura and Lady Cho.
Story.
And and she beats him up, so he sucks. And then
from what I remember hearing, like he had a raw ass backstory, like he like beat whole wars or something, like, and then he, not like I'm gonna hate on Sakura a lot, but then he beat up by Sakura, bro. Again, she had help. It was a tag team fight, but still, how you lose to Sakura, dog?
How do you lose to Sakura? Fucking, and then I think.
And they get Gaara back, they revive him or something.
Yeah, they show use like I think a medical jutsu to transfer her life force to Gaara, so she dies but Gaara lives. he wakes up and the village is like, God, Lord Kazakake, you're alive.
Jesus.
Um,
Yeah.
and that
I think after that's when they start like looking for Sasuke like through stuff.
uh
They get the new mentor, the wood guy.
yeah, okay.
Um,
Now I'm maybe come back a little bit. Yamato, Captain Yamato appears. He's a wood
I actually
style
like Naruto as a character too. I
wood
want to
style
mention.
user who used to work under Donzel, who also a bit of explanation from Orochimaru. That's a whole other can of worms. We also meet Sai, who's also an like mix ex and also current Donzel worker. They also start really like, going into Donzel there, but
Sai is essentially like a plant from Danzo, who's like the head of Anbu and one
yeah.
of the elders of the village.
So like but like Sai, a lot of people were really mixed on Sai. What was your thoughts on Sai?
I don't care about Sai. I'm cool with the crowd that he essentially feels like especially when he feels like a Sasuke replacement. That's it. Like he's the pale emo guy that struggles with emotions.
I like his jutsu, but
His
that's
power
it.
is cool, and I think he gets a little bit more personality. Like after, like especially like towards the Sasuke Trip arc, where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be with these people now." Like I do like he gets some growth where he's like, "Oh, I can actually have friends and like feelings, and like I should trust these people and not just be a weapon." I do like that little bit of growth he has, but again, at the end of the day, he still just feels like we need a Sasuke type.
So we get that. We also get some funny moments of him like calling Sakura a pig and then lying to Ino. I love moments like that.
He's a plant essentially. At least in the beginning, he's a plant. They get to as like they get closer to fucking Orochimaru and them, like you essentially figure out more and more. They find out that he was planted here by Danzo, and like the whole question is whether he's gonna kill Sasuke or like be on like their side.
Yeah, Sai and Naruto keep arguing here and there because like Naruto's like, I want him to come back, and Sai's like, he's a fucking traitor, let's kill him. And they get to the Orochimaru hideout and talk about like edgy fucking Sasuke. I think that's probably peak at like edgy Sasuke. Bro got that white cloak.
Definitely not. The 5 Kage arc is definitely peak edgy Sasuke.
But fucking
No about it.
But fucking
That's like him trying to act like he doesn't care because Naruto's there. He's like, oh, I gotta pretend like we're not friends or whatever.
But yeah, like a lot of fighting. Also, there's a part where cause he learned his new move. I think it's Kirin. It's the Dragon Lightning move. And he goes. Let me show you my power. And I pretty much goes to fucking kill them.
He would have killed them there. The series would have literally ended.
And Orochimaru stops him. Also, he also goes inside Naruto for a moment. And he meets the Kurama, the Nine Tails, and fucking like he's Sharingan, and Kurama says those eyes are just like Madara.
He says you have a more sinister like aura than Madara too. Like he says he doesn't even stop at that. He's like you have a more sinister one than him, like colder. He's like never heard of him, rips him to pieces.
Yep.
I also like the little like build up they do for Sasuke with like Sai, where like he's finally afraid of someone, and it's just like Sasuke's like presence. He's like, oh man, this dude's serious.
It's actually a really good moment because it's like the opposite of what the water cooler towers were, and it's this like first of all like the Nine Tails is like a big thing for Naruto, and to see someone just like put his hand on something and it blows up.
Yeah, this is someone who's like been training like his full fucking like throwing his whole life into his training for like the past 4 years.
Yeah, and
like Naruto's been training, but it hasn't been nearly as tense.
Yeah, fucking
like Orochimaru was having Sasuke defeat whole armies and stuff.
Yeah, and they're pretty much like, come on, Sasuke, come back. And he's like, Lamau, no, that's gay. And Team Sasuke, that's where we're going to refer to them now. It's Team Sasuke. Team Sasuke dips. And they pretty much Team Naruto fucking fails. Team 7 fails. And they're walking back, and you get the...
Pretty much Yamato gets his ass kicked by Sasuke. He's like, you did the wrong block, idiot. It shocks him, and then he's like, oh, you did the right block. Good job.
Also, like, Sai and Naruto talk, and Naruto does pretty much what is Naruto, which is, it's like, what was his actual speech? It was, if the enemy takes off my arms, I will curse my enemy. If he whips off my, mouth, I will stare down, man. It's pretty much no matter what you do, I will, like, still come at you, and it resonates with Sai. Which I like that. it's fucked up to say, but like, this is a big jump. But, like, I want to do a big jump. But, like, I'm sitting there going, like, what else? Like, in this point right here, am I liking? I'm trying to
I would
remember.
think the next big thing would be Shikamaru's arc, right? Shikamaru's saga, and then there's gonna be Sasuke's saga. I think are the next two things. They're relatively close. Cause I think Shikamaru is pretty much right after like the Sasuke stuff, where Asuma gets killed.
It'd be funny if we skipped like 2 arcs and we didn't know, but I don't think we
Who
did.
cares, bro?
Again, if we skip it, we don't remember.
I think that's also like Kaku, like essentially, Hidan and
You know what's funny?
Kaku Kaku for this time.
I feel like we skipped. Wasn't there like a shooting exams again? Wasn't that a thing?
Like, who cares? Only Shikamaru ever passed those anyway.
If fair, everyone hates that shooting exams. Anyway, yeah, let's just go to the Hidan stuff. We start to see more of what did he say his fucking name?
Kaku's and Hidan. I think we get introduced them in the cellar where like literally killed like a tailed beast. I think it's the chick one or something. They killed a tailed beast. I think that's where we first get introduced to them.
Yeah. Fucking like.
Well, I don't even remember why Asuma and them are fighting Hidan and Kaguya. Like, where do they run into them at?
Wait, what?
Like, why do Asuma and his men run into Hidan?
Well, before that, like we first of all, Naruto does not do like a death flag right there, because like it's just like a guy who's in part 1, but he gets a lot more like relevance in this. It's like I wonder why. At this,
he gets a whole filler arc, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gets like a lot, like little, like eyes on him. At this
He's
point,
also like the third Hokage's like son or something, which is never mentioned.
we're just saying, like at this point, the Leaf Village is starting to recognize the Akatsuki as a threat because they already had a couple run-ins, and not to mention like Naruto and Jiraiya and others like bringing up to like Tsunade. It starts becoming a point like it's like also like the Akatsuki are going around collecting tail beasts, and which is like I guess to dumb it down, it's like nukes for Naruto. That's what you could really describe it as. So imagine like a terrorist organization going around collecting nukes. We'd start going like, let's hunt these guys down. You feel me? And that's what I think. That's the reason why they start looking. I don't remember if it was an accident or they literally were looking for him. But either way, they assume.
What do you mean? Yeah, they run into him.
They run into him. And
do they ever mention? When did they first mention that? Like assume like Akuza, whatever his name is like the third Hokage's son. So I know it's like in like Shippuden. Like they never really mention it, like one. That's like you think that'd be like a pretty important character.
I feel like they had to mention it in part 1, dog. I don't remember it, but I feel like they should have.
Maybe at the funeral. I do not remember ever mentioning that he is his son. Until, like,
it tells you Konoharu is like related to the third Hokage. If they did Konoharu, they would have done him.
I think it's. You knew Konohara from the start because that's like his whole little gimmick.
Well, I think as many shares the names, I think it's kind of like you should know.
I don't know if they ever say his last name. That's the thing. Like they always refer to him by his first name. I don't know if he ever starts mentioning until like Shippuden one, like because he mentions how like he's disappointed in him and stuff. Like I don't know if they ever mentioned that until part like Shippuden.
They probably, yeah, I guess probably.
Either way, Shikamaru's there.
So
I can't remember his name now because you said it a different way than I did, and now it's fucking me up. Shikamaru teacher.
Shikamaru is Azami. Is he Asumi or Asami? I think it's Asami. Asuma. Sorry, Asuma and fucking Tweedledee Tweedledum. Like you don't need their names.
Okay, well, Asuma, yeah, they're fighting. Asuma has like some cool like little knives and stuff.
All right, his blade. I want to.
Their mistake. They didn't know Hidan's gimmick.
I want to talk about those blades. Okay, they're cool. So what those blades are is they're made with like a chakra element like type of deal, to where like when you're using them, you can infuse your element with them. I don't remember his fucking element. I think it's lightning. Maybe I don't remember. Either way, his whole thing is those blades, like just like pretty much like a cutting thing. Shikamaru is the Shadow Praetorus, and Tweedledee and Tweedledum is one has a sword, the other one has like a I think it was like a clam or something. And like they're those two are very like that team is like a 4-man team, and two of each like work well with the other one. You feel me?
Yeah.
And
then you have Hidan and Kakuza.
And then you have Hidan and Kakuza, which is funny because they hate each other. Hidan and the other they're two immortals teamed up together, and they hate each other. And if I remember, I think were they all four fighting Hidan, or was the Tweedledee and Tweedledum fighting Kakuza while they fought Hidan?
I think Kaguya was like doing maybe support, like matching up them, but I just know the main fight was between.
I think Hidan
fighting
told him
them.
to back off. Like told him to back off so he can have like a solo fight.
Yeah, with Asuma. I know that's the main thing. I think Kaguya was holding off Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and maybe Shikamaru. Like I don't know. Like he was there, and like I know he was doing some stuff from what I remember. But like, yeah, okay, they essentially fight. The problem with Asuma is he doesn't know Hidan's gimmick. So, he gets fucked up real fast when they realize he makes a ritual. He turns like the skeleton makeup. And he essentially, whatever he does to himself, he's like a voodoo doll. So he does to the other person, so he's like stabbing himself, and it's hurting Asuma.
Also, like, it's also the thing is like, Azumi, fuck, Azuma, fucking like was like a sensei of Shikamaru, and now like they're kind of like
I guess from part 1. He's already there with Kakashi. He's been there from the.
And now like they're partners. Like the thing is like he looks for Shikamaru to be like the tactical guy because that's what like Shikamaru's clan is. And through that fight, Shikamaru is like trying to guess ahead, but even here, like he's having like when
they don't know his gimmick, like he's messing up. He's like, I don't know what this guy's doing. Like to be fair, like it's like some illogical shit they're doing even in this world.
Also, like when he's seeing his friend, like his sensei gets hurt, he starts really getting erratic.
He's 16.
Yeah, so like
dude who's been with him since he was what 12.
Yeah. So, I think
this is legitimately his like second father figure.
If I remember,
like,
Hidan, Azumi, fuck, Asuma dies. Well, he's dying.
It's a really good. I think it's a really good. Like obviously there's red flags and shit, but I do think it's a really good death.
Hidan and Kaka fuck off because I think backup arrives because Choji and Ino arrive. So I think
actually wait. Doesn't Asuma have like a debt on him or something because of the filler arc, and that's why Kakuza wanted to get him or something? Wasn't that something?
Dude, fucking.
Or was it he killed someone like one of the fire dudes or something from the filler arc, and that's why Asuma went after him? I think it was something like that. Or I think something related to the filler arc. Kakuza was like, because his whole thing is money, and he turned in like a body.
That's another problem with filler arcs is that they're filler arcs and shit in it, but like they relate.
Yeah, I think that's why Asuma went after him.
Okay.
If I remember something, because they heard about it, and he's like, "Yo, that's my people," or something.
Either way, the Akatsuki fuck off, and you get Choji, and Shikamaru like over a dying Asuma, and they're saying their goodbye. He gives like a Choji, you be more confident, Shikamaru, blah blah, and
he also gives him an addiction because Shikamaru starts smoking.
Yep. Bro gets lung cancer. Anyway, and you really go into Shikamaru's whole grieving process. I love this scene where he's playing shogi with his dad, and like Shikamaru's not saying a word. He's just playing shogi, and his dad starts going like, you did what you could. You did all you could. I mean, what could you do? I mean, what, you should have died? No parent wants their son to die, and you see Shikamaru more and more, and like his dad's doing is that like he's trying to get his son to like fully open up about it, and more until Shikamaru fucking breaks, and like he all his fingers at him because he feels like he fucked up, he failed, and now he died because of him. And Shikamaru's dad just says, "Let it out, let it all out, work on it, and perfect it." And he walks out as Shikamaru just screams at himself, and Shikamaru goes, "All right, now I am Mr. Genius Man."
I think that's also like a good dichotomy where you kind of see like how logical and cold his father can be. So like Asuma's kind of like that, like more emotional, like father figure, connecting with on an emotional level. While father was kind of like distant,
Yeah,
like
because it's very clear that no doubt his dad has probably had moments where his friends had died, but he knew he made the best choice he could do.
He's very much a tactician, and like I think Asuma was able to give Shikamaru like that warmth that his dad couldn't give him, which also like made them a lot more closer, like father figure type.
Yeah. So, fucking during this time, Naruto is trying to make a new jutsu. Is this when
he starts using cheats where like he starts using his shadow clones and power up stuff, and this is where it really throws away the themes of the first one.
So if I remember, because Shikamaru's revenge comes, these two plot points merge.
Yeah, essentially Kakashi and then kill Kakuza, and Shikamaru gets Hidan, right? Like,
yeah,
that's essentially
but
what it leads to.
You have the it's apparently Minato, the fourth Hokage, who developed the Rasengan. Apparently, it was an imperfect jutsu. The fourth Hokage couldn't couldn't manage to get past that. Naruto figures out and makes the Wind Shuriken, and really cool jutsu. And then they meet up with Shikamaru, and they're fighting Kazuga and Hidan. Shikamaru takes Hidan away as they fight Kazuga.
I
Um,
do like Kazuga's little thing where it's like he reveals like he was like like he survived the battle with the first Hokage or something. Like I think that's a cool little thing, even though he then gets owned by like Kakashi and them.
and Naruto uses the Wind Shuriken, which is a fucking when described, it's like a lot of thin needles like tearing away at the skin. But the problem is it goes both ways to also Naruto, where like it's a your his best jutsu, but it also hurts him, which gets retconned. Um, so don't worry about that too much. Then you have Hidan and Shikamaru, and again Shikamaru at this point is full on big brain mode, and he leads him all the way to his trap, and like Hidan's fucked. Hidan's just fucked, and like
Yeah, it's like Hito's also like a very impulsive fighter. Like he has to plan like the ritual stuff, but other than that, like he's super like emotional, like impulsive and stuff. So like he's like easily falls in like Shikamaru's like trap. Like it was never really like he didn't have a chance.
so Shikamaru like goes to life the thing, and he can't, and he keeps trying, and he fails, and the ghost of his sensei appears. He lights a cigarette and he tosses it. Well, quotation marks, killing Hidan. Hidan can't really die, but he pretty much forever entombs Hidan, and that's two Akatsuki members gone. I think it's like our fucking, besides puppet dude. That's like we're starting to like cut down the Akatsuki at that point. And you have Naruto in the hospital, who's sad because his jutsu also hurts him. Don't worry about that plot point; it gets retconned. Which I know is the positives, but you start to really see the retcons starting to come out more and more.
Yeah, we're gonna go more over like a lot of our dislikes and stuff in another
Like,
one, which will be a lot less recapping story, more like jumping around and like saying general things we dislike and stuff.
Yeah.
So
so from there, I'm trying to remember if there's anything like nearby.
I'm thinking the Sasuke arcs.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay,
Shippuden, because Shikamaru Shippuden and Sasuke Shippuden is what people call like the little arcs.
okay. So I'll let you talk here, cause I know you love these arcs. So go ahead with
Like
this.
I've watched the Sasuke arcs a lot, like until there's enough hate there, which I'll get to in the next episode. But like what we're like is one, Sasuke's just like, yo, fuck this old man, like 'cause, you essentially know like Orochimaru's planning to take over Sasuke's body, and you don't know when Sasuke's gonna do something or even if it is, and you just see like Orochimaru just rested in bed and boom, like
Oh yeah, that shit was raw, dude. That shit was cool.
And so Sasuke comes in and is like, yo, it's time to die.
Orochimaru was like, man, what am I gonna do today? Knock knock, bitch. Boom.
Yeah, so essentially Sasuke takes the first like step and attacks him. And I think it's a cool little fight. Cause like he hits him through the hands because Orochimaru's weak because he still has his hands fucked up from the third Hokage, which is also why like I think he is planning to take over Sasuke like soon, which is why Sasuke makes
Also, goated Sasuke, he does this. I think he goes to like the lab or something, takes on or something, and Kabuto goes, Lord Orochimaru won't like this, and he just looks at Kabuto and goes, Lord Orochimaru is dead, and Kabuto's like, what?
Yeah, that's after. Well, no, that's also another something because like something's also like talking shit this whole time with Orochimaru. He's like, you may be a snake, but I'm a hog. Like I'm gonna eat you or something. Like, he's talking shit to like
Mad shit.
And Orochimaru turns into like his giant snake form or whatever. And, like they're fighting. I think Sasuke uses this curse mark a couple of times. But essentially, how the battle ends is like in the mind. Like Orochimaru like turns to his monsters, like trying to like eat away Sasuke like from the inside. Sasuke essentially reverses it on him, to where Orochimaru gets eaten. He's like, "What the fuck?" And he gets eaten. He's not really dead, which again is a spoiler later on. Like, but like again, he does that. He walks to the hall and he walks past Kabuto and he says some shit like, "Guess which one it is." He's walking. he's like, I guess if I'm Orochimaru, Sasuke, motherfucker. And he leaves, and he goes and collects the water guy first.
Sugetsu.
Sugetsu, yeah. And like he collects Sugetsu. Sugetsu's essentially like, yo, I knew you liked Zabuza. I want his sword.
Also, Karen.
Like, okay. Well, that's after because he has to do little missions to get them first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so him and Sugetsu like they talk, And honestly, they're kind of like hyping up Sasuke like in a different way than he ever shows up. Like Sugetsu's kind of like telling people like Sasuke's gonna be like the savior essentially. Like and that's like this kind of like missed opportunity later on, but like Sasuke like they go get like beat this like banner or something that has Zabuza's sword or whatever. He gets it. Then they go to Karen, which she has like Orochimaru's hideaway. At this point, people are like learning about Orochimaru's death. Like people like are like the rumors are spreading. You know, I think the village knows about it because Naruto's like, "Oh, Sasuke's gonna come back now," and they're like, "You dumb little motherfucker!" like, and so like yeah, so Karen I think knows that Sasuke is coming. She pretty much accepts it pretty easily because you know, she's pretty much just a trope of fucking loving Sasuke, like you know everyone. And you get a little bit more Sasuke like training where like you see like he had been defeating like armies, where Orochimaru was having like defeat whole armies and stuff. And like he saved Karen then or something. Blah blah blah. She joins the team. I do like her backstory, which is like an allegory for sexual assault, essentially.
Yeah.
Because you know everyone has to bite her and stuff to like heal.
Don't
she
they?
has this,
Don't they head to that prison to go get Jugo?
yeah, that's after like so like. And as we're leaving this, Sugetsu once again tells the president, he's like, "Let everybody know like the savior of the ninja world, Sasuke, is coming." And like so you're like, wait, is Sasuke actually gonna be like a different like rival to Naruto where he isn't super evil? Like it's kind of this cool little idea, and then they go get Jugo in the prison, where so I think Sasuke reminds him of Kimimaro from like the first part. Essentially, Jugo is like the originator of the curse mark, like that's where all the curse marks come from. And, like Sasuke reminds him of Kimimaro, so like he's essentially doing Sasuke because like that's Kimimara's like you know legacy. It's like he gets his team together. I think after that he's really like, "Yo, let's go kill my brother."
So,
And so
at this point, I don't remember why Team Naruto like is. I guess they heard about it.
you know, Naruto hears about they hear about Orochimaru's death because I know Naruto's once again like, oh Sasuke, why would he do that or something? It's like, bro.
Anyway, yeah. So like they're chasing him down, and fucking Itachi's just chilling in his little throne too. At this point, the Katsuki are kind of like their whole thing is just splitting everyone up. So Toby, I think someone else is like with Team Naruto. Kasumi and others are with Team Sasuke. And that's,
Doesn't Sasuke kill Deidara at some point around here too, or is that after like Itachi? I think it's before Itachi because
yeah, because he's like I think he runs into Toby and Datara and he's like, "Where's Itachi?" And Datara is like, I'm gonna beat your ass to prove I'm better."
and then Deidara kind of gets just stunned on because every point along the way, Sasuke like reveals he outsmarted whatever Deidara was doing. So Deidara was like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna turn myself into a nuke." And he's like, "Sorry, Toby. He thinks he killed his partner. He didn't. He drops the nuke. Sasuke sacrifices Orochimaru's like snake summon essentially to live it. And the snake summon's like, you used me, and dies. And Sasuke's like, okay, whatever. I'ma keep moving. So that does happen like in between then. And then he goes and they find Itachi.
Yeah. So, no, I can't. I'm not gonna bring that up because that's a critique. So I'm not bringing up the Toby Madara thing. Which is our first look into that. So we're ignoring that. We can ignore most of this up to just where Itachi and Sasuke are walking in.
Yeah, isn't Toby just like fucking with like the Naruto gang? Like he's just disappearing because like he has that power like anything.
Yeah, and then also like literally he taught like Obito talks like normally and no one says anything. Dumb.
He's just like trolling them.
Anyway,
he's just fucking with them. You know, Sasuke gets to Itachi. Kasami's out there and he's like, "Yo, no one's passing. Itachi's my dude. Like he's my bro. like you guys ain't passing. I can do this for him." And so Sasuke's like, "All right." Really good fight between Sasuke and Itachi. Like all the genjutsu, like that first like
it's
fight in the
just,
tournament.
it's a lot of it's like Uno reversal.
Yeah, it's really like, I got you, no, I got you, no, I got you, no, I got you.
And then I think again, obviously later on it's like everyone does this and it has it, but like this is our first look into it, the Susanoo, which is like peak.
Yeah, you see Itachi kind of like flex a little bit. You see the move that Sasuke was about to use on Naruto. You see how he was like, he did some shit where I think he was firing fireballs into the sky to like fuck up with the clouds or something. They like create a thunderstorm or something,
yeah, like a rain of fire.
Atmosphere on purpose. I think Zetsu's watching this fight, right? Too, he's commentating and saying that stuff.
Yeah, and like all that's going on, like we start. It also start. We get to see what Itachi, the new Itachi
Okay.
becomes. What up?
And, like, you kind of see like what Tachi's capable of. Like
Yeah.
again, like he flexes a bunch. He gets a Susanoo. Like he's outdoing it, like Sasuke. Like he's messing with him. And, like it leads to like this point where they're both trying. Essentially, Sasuke loses, but then it's I don't know. I think it's not revealed till later. Itachi was literally sick. Like it died anyway, and so
in the middle in the middle of this fight or so, Orochimaru comes back.
Oh yeah,
because the curse mark it had Orochimaru in it.
and essentially revealed that fucking Itachi was literally waiting and baiting Sasuke here so he could finish off quotation marks Orochimaru, because Orochimaru essentially hid away in Sasuke still. And so he has like some sword on Susanoo, some legendary sword that like sucks him up.
Yep.
Like I don't even remember that. That was so like he had some broken ass like level 99 weapon on Susanoo.
He stabbed on the Susanoo, which means he couldn't move, and he used his jug to seal him forever. Quotation marks forever. And anyway, Sasuke like wakes up after this, and like Itachi's walking towards Sasuke, and Sasuke is fucking terrified.
Yeah, he's out of juice. Like he's done.
Imagine this, right? You have no chocolate left. You can't fight anymore. You're weakened, and a guy who has fire samurai formed around him is walking towards you.
The guy who's also saying he wants your eyes. By the way, wants to rip them out. The whole thing. This whole time is I want to rip out your eyes.
And his hands are reaching towards you, and then he does the boop on his forehead, and Itachi dies, ending the fight.
Yeah, Sasuke is, Itachi literally does like a little last troll, boop on your forehead, falls dead.
Sasuke passes out, and he wakes up elsewhere at Toby, and
Yeah, is that where he wakes up with Toby? Is that where the reveal is? Yeah. It's like right after.
For real, I fucking... I might just jump to the pain arc from here, to be honest. So.
Yeah, I'm not for that too, but like essentially, this is where you first realize Toby isn't like this silly little joke character. He's like, I'm Madara Uchiha. Let me tell you about the real Itachi. You get Itachi's backstory, which again I think is cool until it gets again like everything else overdone. Yeah, and essentially Sasuke goes out, he like cries for his brother, and he's like, oh, I've been chasing the wrong revenge my whole life. The elders in the village are the ones who made my brother do this. I'm gonna wipe out the leaf.
Yeah, there's a lot in that little that arc area right there to talk about, but again, that leads to critique, so we're saving that for the next. But
that's also where he changes his team name from Snake to Hawk, so like he, evolved, and then it shows like a cut of like a hawk eating the white snake.
Little fun fact about Sasuke. Sasuke's theme when he appears is like this weird cowboy thing. There's not really much to say about it. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, I remember that.
He appears. Anyway, fucking... I'm trying to remember, why is Danzo becoming the Hokage? I don't remember.
That's after.
Oh, that's after Pain. My bad.
Not as fucked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going to Pain arc. I have good stuff to say. First of all, like I like Pain. Like I love Pain's speech to Naruto.
Oh man, when Jiraiya essentially like leaves and he's like, I'll be fine, and you kind of get like this. It's almost like a saga of Jiraiya. Like it feels almost like a western of going to this town where like you're probably gonna die. Like it's really well done.
Yeah, like Jiraiya versus fucking Pain. Like, oh dude, they're so like. Also, I love the villain like
Pain's speech is so Kino. It's like, I'm a god. Like it's such a raw fucking speech he gives Jiraiya. I
think that's the highest Shippuden peaks. Like, there's another good arc after this, but like that to me like is the highest.
Definitely. Pain is definitely the pinnacle. Like, man, especially because it's almost like a saga of Jiraiya you're learning as you go through. Like you learn about his past, all this other stuff he did. And again, you essentially learn that Pain is essentially like his former students.
Yeah.
And again, like I'm a god now. Like I'm not a man, I'm a god. Like mired in pain.
Also, like the scene when they're in the Hidden Rain and they're on that tower, like just the art and shit.
Oh man, chilling on like this cyberpunk almost city, like it's almost like steampunk or something, like some kind of punk.
Like if there's a Kishimoto I want to stay forever is be wherever Kishimoto was like during the Pain arc. I want that Kishimoto, dude. That was so good.
That film was so fucking cool design wise.
Yeah.
Him seeing on the tongue of like that statue was so raw.
Well, see the Renegon. As far as I'm gonna say on anything about that, because again, these critiques.
Learn about it.
Is any other costume member fights? We're skipping over. I think most people are gone. Yeah, because anyway.
Like I think Jiraiya and like Blunders again, great speech by Pain. You see Conan, like you see the kind of like the beginnings of like their plan. Like isn't this where like he actually reveals his plan? Like is essentially to make giant nukes so everyone nukes each other, and then they realize what Pain is, so they stop fighting. Like, I'm pretty sure it's when he reveals to Jiraiya there. So you kind of learn Pain's actual goal. You see a great like the fight between him and Pain and him trying to figure out Pain's stuff and just slowly getting worn down. Kino. And then he gets again. I think it's a really emotional, like almost the most emotional death in the series, arguably, where like he gets killed and he's sinking in the water and he's like, "Oh, I'm a failure. Like I fucked up." My song ends me being a loser, like I always thought I was. And then you get the flashback with Minato being like, "Sensei, you're like the best guy ever." And it's like Naruto, and find out the inspiration from Naruto and everything, and he goes from like being like I'm a loser to like being at peace, being like, "Oh well, I actually did good. I made Naruto, and he fades away. It's a really good executed death. I think probably the best in the series.
Really, really sad death.
Again, it's like that emotional aspect of it first being like I'm a loser. Like it's really sad, especially because like he gets fucked up in that fight. Like he gets his throat crushed, like stabbed, like then like 6 things in him. Like he dies slowly. So like seeing that and seeing him finally be able to die at peace, being like, oh, maybe I'm not a loser, Maybe I did do something good with Naruto. Like I did do good. I wish I could read the next book. And boom, he's gone. Very emotional. Naruto, finds out. Obviously, he's sad. He goes to train. And he's doing that special train shit where, like, it's kind of like a cheat code, whatever. And Pain shows up to the village and is like, yo, it's time, motherfuckers.
Well, I do like the depression, like, Naruto arc for a bit. I do like that because Iruko, like, comes to cheer him up and stuff. And then you have him, like, learn Sage Jutsu, which is pretty cool. And also does a bit of this little shadow clone cheating thing. And then there's no way to describe Pain arriving as in just he literally nukes fucking the village.
He literally just shows up and starts killing motherfuckers.
Like, his thing about the Pain arc, it's like I will say a slight criticism only here. I won't go too much on it because we'll come back later. But it's an arc where it has so many stakes and then kind of none. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, because they redo it. Like, they take it all back, essentially.
But,
it's an arc where shit is happening, everyone's dying. At the end, it's like, oh, haha, never mind.
But I will say, I do like that, like, in that moment, like he arrives, like, first of all, like, the elders are like, give up Naruto. Like, they want Naruto to fucking give it to him. And Tsunade's like, fuck off. And then Pain arrives, and he just goes, oh, is it Almighty Push, or is it, like...
It's Almighty Push that like
yeah.
he destroyed.
He goes. It just
after he's playing for a while. Like there's also some cool moments in there, like Konohamaru doing the Rasengan and destroying like a Pain.
Yeah.
There's Ashi dying. There's multiple people dying actually.
And
but,
he just goes Almighty Push and just
not even consistent. Like gets her soul ripped out. Like there's a lot of like deaths happening here.
He fucking destroys the village and the rubble. Like there's a couple fights. Fucking Kakashi goes, I'm gonna die, so might as well hit that like cool ass pose. That's Kakashi God. Half of the captain gets killed off pretty quickly. Everyone.
It's so funny when Naruto comes back and is like, "Yo, where's the village?"
Like everyone is like is terrified, afraid, and Sakura in a state of fear and just desperation just screams at Naruto. And in the middle of the village, boom! A smack. All frogs appear with Sage Naruto. And Naruto goes, where's the village? And they go, this is the village. And that begins the Pain versus Naruto fight. Kino. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't know what to say, honestly, besides, like, oh,
great
man.
fight, great state. Like, he kills the frog, he kills fucking Hinata, like, the Pain fight, and he's still fucking up Naruto. Like, and that's when he's like, he almost, like, shows, like, Naruto, like, you're a hypocrite. Like, hey, like, am I not doing the same thing you're doing? But like you're calling me evil and stuff like that. He has a very good like moral dilemma for Naruto, where
He
Naruto can't even say, "Hey, I'm wrong, you're right," or anything.
on Sage on like I'll say phase one, which is Sage versus like the Pains. That's cool. Seeing like how like far he's come Sage mode is fun, and like just like going toe to toe here and there until like Pain like starts stepping it up and like he fucking throws Naruto down and stabs his hand and he starts giving his speeches and and then
That's when he
fucking
kills Hinata, because Hinata's like, "I'm gonna go help,
yeah.
even if I can't."
Inata appears. I do like her like Feshutsu for like the 5 seconds we see it before he literally just says "fuck off," and that seeing Hinata get hurt and that the village be gone.
Keeps getting up, like, it is fucking brutal. Like, she's like,
Yeah,
"I'm gonna keep going." He's like, "Oh, goodbye," boom, slap, and then he stabs her.
yeah, and all that triggers
Yeah, you
Naruto's
just
Nine
see like
Tails.
Naruto's eyes turn 9 tails, and the episode ends. It's such a good ending.
But the Nine Tails transformation is so like goddamn brutal. Like, cause you see Naruto, like you see his face, like why his eyes are rolling back, and meanwhile like Yamato is like on a mission, and Yamato has a thing about him where he like his hand will start burning and show like a number of tails when Naruto's transforming, cause like his wood cell can like kind of like negate the Nine Tails a bit. And he's on a mission, and he just sees his hand burns. He's like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" And he starts running back, and it's very harrowing to see Yamato running back. And he starts seeing the tail symbol go up and up and up, and Yamato just goes, "What happened? What happened?" And fucking at that point, like the Nine Tails is almost pretty much fully like almost full Nine Tails, and it's funny. Pain starts going, "I got this," and Pain starts going, "God damn, this Nine Tails is fucking tough." Like also the animation is beautiful. Just like seeing like the Pain fight at Nine Tails. And throughout this fight, clash, until we get inside of it, where Naruto is like just fully like broken, and he's walking towards the seal, and Kuruma's telling him to open it, and right before he does it, a hand comes on Naruto's shoulder and throws him back, and it's the fourth Hokage because part of Minato's chakra is within it. And they have like a good long talk, and it's nice, and it kind of awakens Naruto back, and Naruto and Pain do one more big bout, and Naruto wins, and this leads to Naruto with Seijutsu tracking down Pain. He runs into some of the Leaf Village ninjas. It's really good because they're like, "We gotta get revenge. We gotta kill this son of a bitch," and Naruto's like, "Let me go alone." He tracks him down. He meets Nagato, who's like the true controller of Pain, and they're like having a speech, and Naruto literally says, "I came here to forgive you, but when I just look at you, I just want to kill you. Like I feel rage." Like it's good where Naruto like knows that if he just kills Nagato,
it's like the first major Tog no Jutsu, and it's the best.
like it's one that I think is like works, like, like because
I think it worked until like they literally do a reset button, and like the whole village goes back and stuff.
But like because Naruto literally goes like, because Naruto knows if they just kill each other, they don't like they just reset the cycle.
Yeah,
so,
the
like,
cycle of hatred and pain, which pain is like that's his whole thing. Is
so, like,
I was made by this.
He pulls out his book and like he's like literally like trying like, we both are students of Jiraiya. We should both want to like continue his dream. And eventually it touches Nagato to where he's like, "Fuck this shit, reset." And he does Ren Rebirth, which pretty much brings everyone who died in the conflict back to life.
Yeah, literally the arc had the most stakes, and then it had literally none because nothing changed at the end of the day.
So that happens. Naruto returns to the he says bye to fucking what's her name? Fucking Conan.
Conan, yeah, it's Conan.
I
still really like the backstory. Like again, we didn't mention like it happened earlier, but I do like Conan and him's backstory.
Yeah,
I like they're literally made by the last Ninja War, so they want to like stop it with his extremism. After that, I also like her fight against Obito or Madara.
Yeah, I do like that when he returns to the village. Like all of Naruto's life, he was kind of just shit on. Like he's not really recognized. And at that point, he really gets recognized by the entire village, and from there, he's called the hero of Konoha. So
this is when the village fully like is like, Naruto, you say like you're so good, bro. You're the best. Woo. Yeah,
and you get funny guy Yamato trying to repair the village, and like also like like Might Guy and Kakashi. After this, fucking
Tsunade is fucked up. So Danzo, this guy in the shadows, who's one of the elders, steps forward and is like, I'm gonna be Hokage.
Pretty much.
I'm going to the 5 Kage summit.
Think anything that almost anything bad that was kind of happening, Danzo may have had a hand in it. Like that's
he's pretty much responsible for like the Uchiha massacre, shit like that. Like all the shitty stuff that Elite Village is accused of. Danzo probably was a good part of it with the elders.
Yeah. So
he's like really like the Shadow Hokage essentially. Like he's the dark side of this village.
So Danzo is,
I also really like Danzo as a villain, I'll be honest.
Yeah, Danzo's heading out. Now, before this, Toby it told Sasuke the truth about Itachi.
Madara Uchiha.
Also, yeah, Madara Uchiha, but like he also told him about Itachi's truth, where Itachi was actually a good guy for the village, and that he had to kill his clan because his clan was betraying the village, and that he, you know,
to prevent a civil war, essentially, to prevent more deaths, he slaughtered his whole family except for his little brother to prevent war.
Yeah, and he threatened Danzo, saying that, like, you know, you fucking touch Sasuke and I'll review like classified things to the village. And he also, the third Hokage, promised like Itachi I would look over Sasuke.
Yeah. This is gonna be a criticism, but like the third Hokage like really gets kind of ruined by like smeared with Shippuden.
Yeah.
Because again, he's like, I'll look out for Naruto. Naruto gets shot his whole life.
Yeah. So, but like that happened. So, fucking. And like at this point, oh yeah, because Pain dies, and meanwhile, Sasuke is heading out, and Zetsu and someone, I think Toby or so, appears, and they're like, yo, Pain's fucking dead, and I think this is before they fight Killer Bee, right? Because he's wearing his robes, and like
5 Kage is
because it would make sense. It would make sense for them to fight Killer Bee, and then
Killer Bee is after Killer Bee is right after it's like because this Sasuke like amped up. He's like feeling even more cocky. I think does he have Itachi's? No, because he burns his eyes out on Killer Bee, right?
Yeah.
And then
so this happens during the Pain shit.
He burns his eye on 5 Kage. Okay, yeah. No, he does fight Killer Bee next. Good fight.
Yeah. So during the Pain, like pretty much right after the Pain shit, Sasuke goes to fight Killer Bee. Good fight. And again, I love Killer Bee, dude.
Again, it's kind of like the theme of Sasuke where they throw him against much stronger opponents to make him look cool, but then he kind of has to lose.
Yeah.
Like, you know with Itachi where he kind of gets like a free bingo card win, and then like he gets here and he's too cocky. Like he gets fucked up, and like he only lives because of his team. Essentially, like they make that clear. But they also make it clear like he did the most to fuck up Killer Bee than anyone else before, you know?
Yeah.
So they kind of even out in that way where like he thinks he captured Killer Bee, but Killer Bee got away, and then Killer Bee goes and meets Naruto, and it's like kind of his new guy.
Yeah. But because the attempt on Killer Bee's life, the Raikage starts going like,
oh yeah, they're like the 5 Kage Summon's about Sasuke, right? To what to do with him.
Yeah, because the Akatsuki are done, but like at this point, like Sasuke's already kind of been known to be like a bit of a thing. And like so they're heading over to a summit to talk about this. So Naruto goes to Raikage while Danzo's walking in the bad neighborhood. Anyway, Naruto talks to quotation marks Madara. Can we just say Obito? I think it's pretty much we all know who he is. So like,
I mean, at this point, he's LARPing as Madara, essentially, though he does do the cheeky little hint of, oh, I'm looking to become a complete being. Looks like Kakashi. I do think that's good. Like, as much as we hate the later Obito stuff, I do think that's, like, good foreshadowing.
Yeah. But, like, Madara / Obito talks to Naruto for a minute.
Yeah, he's saying, like, you don't get Sasuke. His ninja way is hatred. You guys are destined to do this because of, like, this saga, blah, blah, blah.
And, so that happens, and he talks to the Raikage, and the Raikage like is kind of like whatever, but like I'll think about it, I guess. And they fuck off. Then Gaara appears, and that was like a good scene, because Gaara Gaara's like I became like Kazekage, now I wait for you, and like that's a good scene. And then, oh boy, I'm gonna skip the next person that comes out of that town. Because we're saving that for the critique video. But anyway, during this,
essentially the parts like now we're gonna get a lot less likes because a lot of like the stuff after like this part and later it's gonna be critiques.
So like So yeah, Danzo and his aides are currently walking on the bridge, and Sasuke fucking jumps him, and
No,
Kino
that's
fight.
after. That's after Five Kage. First of all,
Is it after Fight Kage?
Danzo
Oh yeah,
dies
cause
after that.
oh yeah, he's on like cause yeah he's meeting.
The thing is, they get to this meeting. Essentially, they're trying to make it. They're like, we need to like unite, and like the samurais like hosting it, and Danzo's essentially like, I should be the head of us all, you know. And that's when it's kind of revealed that Danzo might have like a mind
Well,
like walking power. And that's
so
what they're like in a deadlock about in there, while Sasuke is like infiltrating.
so like well during this, the samurai is like really agreeing with Danzo here and there, and to finally one of the aides who has a
He has a
Bakugan
power.
sees that Danzo is using Shizui's eye, and that kind of like fucks up the meeting a little bit. Meanwhile, Sasuke is just like saying, "Fuck this shit! I'm walking in this bitch. Fuck the Pentagon." Uh, and he's
Yeah.
and the Kage pretty much meet him the fight.
Now this is peak edgy Sasuke, because this is where you even like where he paralyzes that one dude, and you sort of see like the outline of like this almost monstrous looking Sasuke that freezes this dude. This is where like he's also like sacrificing his team just to get to Danzo. Like this is peak, full of hatred. I'm doing whatever it takes, whatever I have to sacrifice. He fights them all. Essentially, Arikage is kicking his ass, but he sacrifices essentially Jugo and Togetsu as like a distraction to bring down like the ceiling on Gaara and the Rikage, and him and fucking Karen get away. And they get to the Five Kage summit, and you know, of course, Sasuke is fighting fucking Kage, so he can't win against any of them. So he's getting fucked up like
Also,
a lot. Like,
I do like Gaara like trying to preach to Sasuke.
he's like, I was like you. Like, you know, that's a good little human moment for Gaara before he gets the standing collapse on him. Then Sasuke has a really cool entrance where, like, he cuts down all the flags around them and they fall and he's on the ceiling looking down at them. Like, that's a raw-ass entrance. They have a good little fight. The one Lady Hokage flirts with him a bit. Old man thinks he killed him, but then it's revealed Madara saved him. Again, Madara's like, I declared the Fourth Ninja War later. And during all this, Danzo essentially slipped out the back.
Yep.
And I think one of the aides or two went after him because they're like, we can't let Danzo get away because he might have like tried to brainwash and like made a fucking alliance. It's like, you know, Danzo gets away from them essentially. He makes this a bridge. And that's where Madara's like, yo, Sasuke, dropped on you, spawned. Because he has like that portal ability.
So
And fucking, really good fight.
Kino fight. Really, first of all the times we see Danzo, he looks like he's always like handicapped, and we always assume it's a war. And when we see him reveal the cloak, you see that fucked up arm, all the Chiha
all the
eyes.
eyes. And you realize what like a monster this dude is. I do like Gonzo because he's kind of like a gangster. Like, and he just like he has his own fucked up reasons to like justify what he did. But like after like all the other villains in Shippuden, he's kind of like the first one that doesn't really get like a super Harry Baxter or like, oh, he's right. Like it's not like this dude's misguided and fucked up. He needs to die. Like,
Yep.
I do like that he doesn't even try to. Like, even at the end, he's like, I did fucking what I did for my village. Bye.
During this, we get a flashback. Him and the third Hokage, they are best friends. They are actually friends. That is the thing. His own friend, he believed that he wasn't fit to be Hokage, and he felt like he'd be better. So he was fully cool with killing the third Hokage, and this kind of leads to people saying the third Hokage is dumb. The third Hokage knew this, sabotaged the assassination on himself, and then walked up to Danzo and went, you know, assassinating a Hokage is a serious offense, but we will never know who did that. And it's kind of like, I know you did this, but, like, you know, you won't get me. Whatever.
Well, yeah, well, you got done it anyway, so.
But,
yeah. Essentially, you learn that, like, he was just insecure about the third Hokage and that his whole life he had just been trying to do, like, he's kind of like a whatever is necessary type character of, like, I'll do the dirty shit, like, that needs to get done. Except he kind of doesn't because he just does shit that doesn't need to be done to, like, buff himself.
yeah, so, dude, there's a lot of good fights. Also, like,
Man.
at this point, like, Sasuke had just fought, like most
He
of the
fought,
Kage.
like, all the Kages. He got healed by Kar, but he's still, like, kind of fucking exhausted and, like, worked up.
And his eyes are starting to hit their limit. Like, during the fight, you can see him, like...
He's been overusing his eyes way too much to where he's going blind.
So he keeps pushing himself. And, like, Dante's ability is that, like, you know, you can close an eye to, like, kind of, like, reset your death there. So
Yeah, you got, like, a respawn.
Yeah, he's doing that, like, a lot. And, like, again, like, a lot... Like, good. The fights is great. until we get to the point where Danzo's kind of starting to hit the ropes. Even like Sasuke's getting drained. He takes Karin as a hostage, and Sasuke goes, "You who shouts out about sacrifice will use a hostage." And Danzo goes, "It's not that I think my own life's worth living. It's just that I must survive to do blah blah." And Sasuke goes, "Karin, don't move."
Don't move.
Boom.
And that's where like Madara goes, "That's my boy." Going to be honest,
Madara's like, "That was kind of raw, dude."
Yeah, he fucking penetrated. I was like, "What the fuck, dog?" And he's kind of stumbling away. And like, I don't know if it's revealed then or like before, like how Sasuke used Genjutsu on the eyes to make him think it was still open when it was closed. So like, he essentially made him think he had an extra reset. He didn't, which is why he's super fucked up. And he does that, and then Danzo turns into like a bomb.
Well, Danzo's bleeding out, and Madara appears because Madara has like a lot of goals, and he's like, "You got Shizuku's eye. I'm gonna get that," which is a very powerful eye, by the way. And as he's getting closer, Danzo knows if Madara gets that eye, it's a bad thing. So Danzo activates this like seal that's like pretty much a bomb.
This also is kind of like a big moment for his character because like his flashback was he was afraid of self-sacrifice, and this is like, I will self-sacrifice so he doesn't get this. It does like make him have like the full character circle, which is cool.
Yep. And he blows up, and Sakura appears, which again, the critique will go on more why the fuck she appears. But like, again, I feel like if I mention it, I'll start going on a goddamn rant.
Yeah, she goes to the car and she's like, "Sasuke, I want to join you." And Sasuke's like, "Okay, finish this bitch off." And Sakura's like, "What?" And she does that, and Sasuke lights up the door and it's like, "Yeah, bye, bitch." And Naruto, like Kakashi comes, saves them. And then Sasuke is kind of like bragging to me, like, who I just killed, Danzo.
Yeah, he has that fucking goofy ass laugh. He
has his evil laugh.
I take it back. You are right. This is the peak.
Yeah, he's kind of like snapped at this point. Like he's deep in his hatred, and, like really satisfied to where like he's kind of lost at this point. And Kakashi kind of like sees how far he's fallen right now, and like they have like a little bit back and forth again. Sasuke isn't doing like too much because he's been fighting nonstop, and he's like half blind. Yeah. So this whole point, he's like going blind and blind and blind, and as he's like killing Kakashi, Sakura, being the dumbass she is like, "I'll kill him, I'll do it." Rushes at this dude with a fucking regular ass shuriken, and he's essentially grabs her by the throat and is about to slit her throat with it, and then Naruto comes
and they have a talk, but they also fight. It's not too intense of a fight. Because, like, Sasuke has been having a really long day. He fought so many Kage.
He's essentially blind at this point. Like, he's literally, like, he's bleeding from his eyes. Like, he pretty much can't see at this point.
Anyway, at the end of the fight, Sasuke pretty much is pretty much blind, and one eye and the other eye is, like, going away. And Madara appears. He like says, "We'll see you soon," and they disappear, and that's when he gets attacked.
It's also important. Naruto's finally like, "I understand you. I understand. I can save you." Actually, like this is when like Naruto's like, "I fully understand you."
Yeah,
and he's fully at peace with Sasuke now.
Which just also like this like sets off because again, this is pretty much he assassinated a president, and since he also attacked the Kage, the entire like to everyone.
Yeah, he's like super mega terrorist.
I think he's like number one in the bingo book, and that's also like he touched Killer Bee, so other ninjas start looking like the Cloud ninjas. So like that's a big deal for Sasuke, and Sasuke disappears to the hideout where he gets Itachi's eyes.
I'll be real. After this is where I check out. I didn't watch like any of them.
And
you got anything you like?
I'm gonna like.
I like Madara's battle against the 5 Kage.
Again. Alright, 2 things, alright, for people listening in. 1, our time's getting hit a little bit here, so I'm going to do very quickly. 2, because most of this shit will probably be explained on the critiqued episode, you feel me? So
yeah, we do not like the war arc, so a lot of it's going to be in the next episode. So
because a lot of explanation just leaps into each other, so we'll probably go back here. So I'm just going to say on things I like, and I'm going to jump around, and bear with me there. I like the Nine Tails mode on Naruto. I think I like it. It's cool.
I like Madara's fight.
I like Kurama and Naruto's relationship. I like the Madara fight. Madara's just cool. Like Madara is just cool, man.
Madara is a very cool villain. Like
he's cool.
He was close to becoming pain level before something happened that
Again, critique video.
Again, yeah, a lot of the work. we'll probably be talked through in the critique along with like some Boruto and other.
Again,
Like,
you guys won't see it because we cut it out, but we just had a discussion about this. Like, do we do a long ass video or do we split this up? And I feel like it's already long, and we gotta split this up anyway.
yeah, I told you, bro. We're already at 2 hours. I told you it was gonna be a long video if we did dislikes.
So like but yeah. So the motto is the Show Me Alliance. Gaara's speech to the Alliance was fine, but like that's like the last thing he really gets. Beyond that, I mean,
Sasuke starts being edgy. He's like, he realizes, he went too far and stuff, and he's like, I'll become Hokage.
yeah. I do love that funny line when he appears and he's like, "I'm gonna be a Hokage," and they all like, "What the fuck?"
Bro, you killed one.
Yeah. So fucking, I'm trying to think of that. Might Guy versus Madara. That's a good fight. Cause you see the last gate of the gate of death, truly.
Also, yeah, I want to say underrated costume member that dies, Kisame. I really like Kisame. I like how just gangster he is. I like how he like when Toby revealed himself, he's like, "Oh, you're the Mizukage. I'm with you, bro. Like I'm like truly loyal to you." And then like he dies like a true ninja, where he loses to like Mike Guy, and he's trapped in his bubble. He just has his own sharks eat him to prevent like information getting out. It went hard as fuck. Underrated ass member of the Akatsuki. Also, my main in the Naruto game.
That's your main now?
Yeah, I'm kind of using him a lot.
But fucking
Conan. Also, I think Conan and Obito or Madara's fight is really good.
Yeah,
I like Conan a lot. Her death is pretty brutal.
she's hot.
I like her. She's cool. Paper Angel stuff. She's hot.
I mean, I'd bring up like everyone's like little fights in the war arc, but like they're just like little things. And most of them end with Naruto appearing.
I almost went to criticism because of Neji, but like again, we'll save that for next episode.
I liked no like I'm really I like some of their things like Sai and Shino.
Like, there's a lot that's going on, and like I just don't care for most of it. Is the thing.
And I like the old Kage, all of them coming back, including the ones who are controlled. And that's literally it on praise. And I would talk about the Boruto praise, but I'm just gonna say that for critique, because Boruto will be a lot talked there. So yeah, that's pretty much all the good parts of Naruto. Yep.
All right. Yeah, we've talked a lot. We've been very jumbled around. There's a very like big, kind of confusing episode, but there's a lot more than we thought we were gonna cover. Got covered, and was way longer than we thought it would be. So see you next week with more Naruto talk.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I'm Chubbs.
I'm Skelly.
Kishimoto.